KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC, Orange County Fiber, Orange County CASA, Orange County Community Foundation, Paoli Health and Living Community, Riley Oil Company, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Summers Seamless Gutters, Springs Valley Bank and Trust, Team OC Youth Mentoring, Orange County Eats, The Superburger and Whitfield Investments.
The golden anniversary of girls basketball sectionals tip off tonight for the Paoli Lady Rams as they have moved now to the south and a part of the 2A Crawford County Sectional 46, a sectional made up of Lanesville, Eastern, Providence, Crawford County, Salem, Clarksville, Mitchell, and, of course, the Paoli Lady Rams. Good evening, everybody, from Ron Ferguson Gymnasium on the campus of Crawford County Junior-Senior High School. Dave Dedrick along with Bert Pedigo. It's time now for Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3, streaming live on WUME953.com. And ask Alexa to play WUME 953. Our Team OC pregame show, Team OC expanding possibilities one child at a time. We look at this sectional, Bert, easy to pick out who the favorite is, the team that's been moved up from Class A.
Yeah, it moved up from Class A and still every bit as formidable as they were at the next lower level. That's Lanesville. Next on the list might be this Eastern team, and Paoli's right there with them in Crawford County. So you've got Lanesville and three others that have a possibility, but it all depends on how you come out and play. You got to come out and you have to limit mistakes, take advantage of mistakes, and hope that you can just survive and advance.
Well, this is a matchup from just 1 week ago when the Rams eventually wrapped up their regular season, and they had one game wiped out because of sickness as they fell to the Eastern Musketeers over at Eastern High School 50-32. So the Rams have a little revenge on their mind tonight.
Yeah, and to get it, I mean, there's two areas that they've got to really improve on. First is turnovers. Paoli turned it over close to 30 times last week against this ball club, and they'll see the pressure again tonight. And then they need to be on the boards. That's been an issue. You know, Paoli vertically challenged. Eastern is not. And they got to keep them off of the offensive boards and limit second shot opportunities.
Over the last 19 games, the Eastern Musketeers, well, they've won 8 of those in the overall series over 20 years. Paoli a slight advantage, 15-12. These two teams, well, they've met 7 times so far in tournament history. Paoli got off to a great start. They won the first 4, but unfortunately have dropped the last 3. So now they'll try and get back on the winning track, and it would be a big one because the winner tonight will advance to the semifinal round on Friday night here at Ron Ferguson Gymnasium. Of course, game 2 tonight, Clarksville and Mitchell. Then tomorrow night it will be Crawford County and Providence, followed by Lanesville and Salem. As we continue with the Team OC pregame show, had a chance to talk with head coach Taylor Drury of Eastern, as well as Donovan Cruz of Paoli. We'll get their thoughts on this opening sectional matchup when we return. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
You can make a difference in the life of abused and neglected children in Orange County. I'm Orange County Circuit Court Judge Steve Owen, and we have a court-appointed Special Advocate Program, or CASA, right here in Orange County, and we need your help. There's no special skills required, and we can train you on the skills that are needed. All you have to do is just call Robin Brown today and tell her that you want to help us help these children feel safe and loved here in Orange County. That's Orange County CASA at 812-653-4889.
Opening game. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, picked up 2 big wins last week. So how you feel that your team's playing entering this sectional matchup tonight?
I'm really pleased with how we've been playing. It kind of started the Silver Creek game. I know we took a loss, but they're a really good team, and I was very pleased with the effort we had that game. And then we rolled into last week with Paoli on that Tuesday, and we had some lulls there. You know, I felt like some things that we still needed to work on, and then same thing kind of in the Spring Valley game. But overall, I feel like the team's playing at a very good level right now. I feel very pleased with how we're going to roll into the sectional.
Still, though, Coach, coming in with 2 wins, that's got to really boost your confidence.
Yes, absolutely. We needed that.
Let's look back a week ago. What things stick out in your mind about your first matchup with Paoli?
We did some good things. I thought we did some good things in the first half, kind of in our press and our half-court trap, and then he made some adjustments, some good adjustments that kind of slowed us down, kind of gave us some hiccups. So, I mean, overall, offensively, I wasn't super displeased. I thought we could have moved the ball a lot better. We're not shooting the ball from 3 very well right now, but we've struggled with that all season. I don't think that's anything new. We just got to be more. We got to be more patient about the kind of shots that we're getting, and just really look for that great shot, not just the first open one that comes available.
Coach, if you would, for fans tuning in for the first time, in here last week, a little bit about your team, kind of offensively and defensively, what you try and do out on the court.
Yeah, so defensively, we kind of hung our hats on being trap, press, being aggressive, being in passing lanes, really focused on deflections this season, just to give our girls a chance to get after loose balls and stuff. Offensively, I think our best form of offense is getting downhill, getting to the free throw line, kick out shots, dump off, and we play that way. I think we look our best. I think we hit the most shots. There's times where we, like I said, we do get ahead of ourselves. We take some quick shots. But that's one of the things I felt like in these past 2 games, the girls have been really disciplined about trying to do better at those things, and I do think as a whole, offensively, it has made us a lot better.
Coach, what did you talk about with your team from the previous game on last Tuesday to tonight's game that you kind of want to change up to be ready for the second matchup?
Well, it's tough because, I mean, you hate the team twice in a season, let alone twice in a week, and I think, we got some adjustments that we want to make, especially offensively, but, defensively, we kind of want to see what he's going to come out in, and I mean, I guess the same thing offensively, just kind of see what adjustments he's going to make, and then, it's hard because it's such a quick turnaround, and there are things that we want to fix, but we don't know how he's going to counter, and he did some things in the second half to give us some problems offensively, so just trying to, I feel like it's going to be kind of a little bit of a chess match, especially, this quick turnaround.
You mentioned it, Coach. Prepare your team for tonight for a second game.
I mean, I think we did get a win last week, but I mean, it's sectional time. It's anybody's ball game. There's been some sickness going around with I feel like every team in the sectional. So I mean, I think that it can be anyone's ball game depending on which team shows up the healthiest, who's got who's going 50% on the team. I think that makes a really big impact. I think with them being just a week ago, I think that is effect too.
Coach, as you look at this game tonight, what's your message to your team as you send them out on the floor?
I think we just got to play hard. I think we just have to do what we do. We've been spent almost the whole year trying to find our identity. And I had 4 transfers come in. I had a really young team last year, and I think it's taken us a while to kind of find our identity. But I think we got to do what we're good at. And that's, like I said, it's getting after it on defense. It's attacking the rim on offense, and it's really great shots. And I think if we get to that, we can give our chance. We'll have number 12, Sydney Curtin, as our 5 player.
And then off the bench for you?
We'll have
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional...
You mentioned earlier about illness. Has it impacted or affected your team any?
I'm gonna knock on wood as I say this, but we've been very blessed to maintain everybody's pretty healthy. And that's, I mean, I don't know if I would have rathered it hit earlier and gotten out of the way, because now I just feel like it's coming and I don't want it to hit, and this week especially. So luckily, as of right now, everybody's healthy, but it's, you know, it could hit us all tonight, and just got to do our best to try to maintain that.
Coach Drury, as always, thank you for the time and the talk. You and your ball have a good game tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Head Coach Taylor of Eastern, stay tuned. You're listening to...
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Looking to make a difference? Team OC's Youth Mentoring Program is here to help kids in Orange County reach their full potential. Our mission to expand child's possibilities through a community-wide mentoring program for kids 7 to 17. We provide support, guidance, and a caring adult to lean on. You can be a part of their journey. Become a mentor or make a donation. Join us at 262 West Court Street, Paoli, or visit teamocmentoring.org. Questions? Call Executive Director Priscilla Woodrum at 812-653-0288. Team OC, expanding possibilities one child at a time.
We continue with the Team OC pregame show. Head coach Donovan Cruz of Paoli joins us now. Of course, the Rams opening up sectional play tonight at Crawford County, taking on Eastern in the very first game. We'll talk about that rematch in just a few minutes. Coach usually asks this question at the end of our get-togethers. How's the team health-wise? I guess maybe we want to start out tonight because that's really been the big news the last week.
Yeah, that's been the story and a subject for us for ever since probably Tuesday, actually, of the full week now. We had one get sick on us Tuesday night, and then Wednesday morning, probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock, the phone just started blowing up with texts, and coach was sick, or parents, their daughter was sick, and I'm going to be at school, and they just kept coming. We finally have everybody back finally today. I got the last text from the last parent this morning that her daughter was going to be able to go to school. She'd been fever-free for 24 hours. So we've literally been an entire week without seeing our team as a whole. Yesterday was the first day since Tuesday night that we've had our entire starting five together. So we've been taking the hits, as a lot of schools have. It seems like it's really hit us hard. I think we've had 10 out of our 12 have been sick. So, but we've been battling through it, been finding ways. We had to cancel a couple practices. We had a couple shoot-arounds, just trying to do the best we can to keep them still in the flow of the game and try not to get them sick, but I don't know that really mattered. I mean, I think it was going to happen anyway. So, but we'll, like I say, we'll have everybody tonight. I don't know how close to 100% we'll be, but we'll see what we got.
Well, speaking of tonight, Coach, we get back at it. We played 22 games we've talked about all season long to get ready for tonight.
Yeah. That's, we talked about from day one. It's basically, all the season games are really just practice for the sectional, and that's what you're really worried about. You like to win the conference. You like to win your rival games. But the sectional is what it's all about, So, and that's kind of, been kind of frustrating, disappointing for me. This week has been, the kids have to deal with what they've had to deal with being sick. Some of them been in bed for 3 or 4 days. And it's kind of frustrating for me that, some of my seniors this is what they've worked their whole life for and their last chance, and they've had to deal with that. But, hopefully we've been prepared and we were in good enough shape before we got sick that it won't bother us that much. And hopefully we can kind of learn from the other last game last week and see if we can make the adjustments.
It will be a rematch, Coach, from a week ago at Eastern. What things stick out in your mind about that first game?
Well, we knew they were a really good team. We'd seen them on film quite a few times, and, the pieces that they've added in the offseason were some pretty good pieces, which have really made a big difference on their team this year. And but when we got out there, they were a lot longer than what we really thought they were, and their length really bothered us with their half-court traps and their presses. So that's one thing that we kind of noticed right off the bat. But, they play really hard. They got a lot of athletes, and the style they play is not really favorable to us. We like to play kind of a half-court, grind it out, run your sets and be patient with it. And they want to get it up and down. They want to turn you over. They want to speed you up. They don't want to let you get in on offense. So, that was an adjustment that we had to make, and we did at times last week, but kind of been working on this week. So those are things that we've taken away from last game, and hopefully we've learned from.
Well, you mentioned adjustments, Coach. It's always about adjustments. So what adjustments do you make to your game plan from last week to this week to get ready for tonight?
Well, there's quite a few adjustments that we've made, and that's what I told the kids, after last week. The score, I don't know, it was really, at times it seemed like it was worse than 18, and at times it didn't seem like it was all that bad, But I said, they're not going to adjust all that much. That's just who they are, and, after a big win, you don't feel like you need to adjust much. But as for us, as far as we go, we've adjusted our press breaker a little bit. We're going to move Jericho up to the point and kind of move Kaylin on the back end of it and have her to hopefully finish some. So we've got a better finisher on the back end, hopefully a little more seasoned veteran, a little more heady, stronger kid up front handling the ball with Jericho. We've adjusted our half-court offenses a little bit once we've seen how they played us, and then when we watched film on how they really shaded whichever side the ball goes to first. So try to get some backside jumpers and maybe some skip passes because it was open a lot, which, it's kind of frustrating when you watch it on film. You're like, oh, man, it was there. But, sometimes it's kind of hard to see during the game. But, you get that camera with the bird's eye view, and you can start seeing a lot. So we made those adjustments and just kind of, pointing out to the girls, we had 32 turnovers, and I think we gave up 14 or 15 offensive rebounds. So, there's 46, 47 opportunities, extra opportunities that we gave them. And I said, and having all that happen, with about 3.5 or so to go, it was an 11-point game, and we had the ball on the side, and we actually had the ball 3 times down 11 there in the fourth quarter, and then they kind of went on a 6-7-0 run and kind of stretched it back out. So, just kind of on the positive aspect of it is, as bad as it seemed it was, with a few minutes ago, we were still in the game and had a chance to win it. We just couldn't get over the hump and get that thing down to 7 or 8 points. So, we just got to weather the storm early. Their second quarter has been really big. It was really big against us and really big against Valley. Watch them play Friday night against Valley, and the two games are really mirror images of each other. And so if we can just kind of weather the storm early and then not let them have that big second quarter where they, score 18, 20 points, I think we'll be all right. And, I think the kids understand. They watch film. So hopefully we can kind of, just kind of regroup and adjust and have a little confidence tonight.
Anything major defensively that you'll change or adjust tonight?
I think we, in talking to Coach Niehaus from Valley after their game, they kind of did like us. They kind of got out a little too high and wide and really opened up the driving lanes. Pekin, for the most part, isn't one of the better shooting teams that we played. They were like 3 for 24 from three-point line. And, Valley, Marty was a little frustrated that they didn't learn from our film, and they went out there and they chased them all over the place, and they just cut them apart with the drive. So I think we're going to pack it in. That's what, Corton and Brownstown did and seemed to work for them. So I think we'll make that adjust, pack it in. Guard. We kind of left the backside open with the way we guard the high post. I think we'll adjust that. And then, the big thing is they're going to shoot a lot of three-pointers. You just got to be ready to rebound them. And I know it's easier said than done because, the kids got to contest. And then when we turn and look for the ball, well, the shooter already knows where it's at. They're already, facing the goal, so they've already got a head start. So we got to do a better job of hitting them first and then turning, and hopefully we can kind of cut down those offensive rebounds as well.
Line up for your Rams tonight?
Well, barring that I don't get any more texts and everybody gets on the bus, we're going to go ahead and go with our starting lineup. Some of them haven't been out there for a few days, but we're going to go ahead and roll with it. But we'll go with Kaylin Hannon, Addie Payton at guards. We'll go with Lily Hall, Avery Cruz at forwards, and Jericho Hopper in the middle.
And then same rotation off the bench?
Yeah, we'll bring Jay in quite a bit, which Jay has been one of our healthy ones this week, so she's got a lot more minutes in practice and prepare. So I hope that works out well. And then Terriana and Sunday and Jada as well.
Coach Cruz, as always, thanks you for the time and the talk. You and your ball club have a good game tonight.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it.
I'm Cruz of Paoli. Stay tuned. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Your high-end electronics and gadgets are only as good as your internet service provider. Stop the frustration of slow and unreliable internet service with a call to Orange County Fiber. Call Orange County Fiber and check out their brand new fiber packages that include lightning-fast upload and download speeds for households that stream, game, and surf the internet. Call Orange County Fiber and see the difference fiber can make in your daily life or your business operation. Phone OC Fiber at 812-865-2229. Orange County Fiber, bringing high-speed internet to your community.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
As we continue with the Team OC pregame show, Team OC expanding possibilities one child at a time. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup, brought to you by the Super Burger Restaurant, home of the best dressed burgers in West Main Street in Paoli. And to take us through our starters on sectional night, here's Bert Pedigo.
First off, for the Lady Rams of Paoli and Coach Donovan Cruz, overall record of 8 wins, 14 losses. They will start this way with Avery Cruz and Jericho Hopper at the forward spots. Cruz is 5'4", senior, averaging 2.9. Hopper, 5'8", a senior, averaging 15.2. A 3-guard lineup that includes Kaylin Hannon, Addie Payton, and Lily Hall. Hannon, 5'4", just a freshman, averaging 5 per game. Payton is 5'5" and a sophomore, averaging 2.1. And Lily Hall is 5'4" and a senior, averaging 6.4. The rest of the roster looks like this, with Jay Walker, Terriana Burkhead, Jada Smith, Sunday Asbell, Hannah Jones, and Casey Asbell. As far as the Eastern Lady Musketeers of Coach Taylor Drury, they come in with a record of 12 wins, 11 losses. They will start this way with 3 forwards and 2 guards. The forwards are Sydney Burton, Avery Smith, and Bracy Jackson. Burton, 5'10", a junior, averaging 9 per contest. Smith is 5'6" and a junior, averaging 7.4, and Jackson is 5'7" and a senior, averaging less than a point per game. The guards will be Addison Smith and Katie Hauner. Smith is 5'5" and a junior, averaging 12.3. And Hauner is 5'10" and a sophomore, averaging 6.7. Paoli scores it at 36 per game, giving up 42. On the defensive side, Eastern, they scored at 48 and give up 47 on the defensive side. Your starting lineups tonight brought to you by the Super Burger Restaurant on West Main Street in Paoli. home of the best dressed burgers in town. And Dave Dedrick takes us through tonight's ball game.
Rams control the tip. They'll get the first crack at the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Half court 1-2-2, trapping defense out front. At the point, they put Hauner, who's at 5'10". Hopper works it out front in the double team. Swing it left side to Cruz, to Peyton, to Hopper. Hopper veers on the right side. The Hall bobbled it, got it back. She's trapped on the sideline, and the ball knocked away, stolen by Smith. Avery takes it down the left sideline, crosses it over, veers to the right side, give it off to Addison. Pass it out to Hauner between the circles, work it to Burton. They'll have a 3-out, 2-under offense as the Rams will pack it in that 1-2-2 zone. Smith around the perimeter. Avery and Addison are twins. On the left side, Hauner bobbled it cross court right side to Addison, drives into the lane, dumps it down to Burton. Burton, no shot to Jackson. Give it out to a driving Smith, and Avery Smith puts up the first two of the night, and it is an Eastern 2-0 lead a minute into the ball game. Eastern comes out in their 1-2-1-1 full court pressure. Again, the Rams had trouble last week against this. In the backcourt, Rams got to get it across. Finally, they do. Up to Cruz across the timeline. Kick it out in the corner to Hannon. Steps back, didn't take the three. Ball deflected out front by Hauner. Peyton in the double team. Give it off to the center circle. That's where Jericho has it. Rams working right along the 10-second line. Hopper splits a double team and a triple team. Kick it out. Cruz, long three, left side, front of the rim. No good. Right to the hands underneath of Hopper. Her shot would not go, but she is fouled, and that'll put the Rams at the free throw line.
Good job by Hopper getting from the top of the key down to the low blocks where the rebound could be had. That foul on Cindy Burton, that will be her first and team first.
At the line, Jericho Hopper for the Rams. Hopper hitting 77% at the line. That's been one of the strong suits of the Rams free throw shooting. This one hits the front of the rim. She gets a shooter's roll, and it falls through the net. Cuts the lead down to 2-1. Just getting started. Played 90 seconds here in the opening game. Class 2A sectional 46. At the line, Hopper trying to tie up this ball game for the first time tonight. Second free throw up. It rattles around and goes in, and we are tied at 2. Quickly rushing it up the sideline. Down the right side, Addie Smith. Kick it back to the trailer. That's Jackson. Give it up to Smith. Addison goes right side. Long three by Hauner from the right wing in front of the Rams bench. Up and good. And that's a good sign if you're Eastern, who has struggled from beyond the arc, lead at 5-2. In the backcourt, Peyton has a pass deflected. Hopper goes back to get it. There's a jump ball that Hauner gets down on the floor with Hopper. And right at the free throw line extended, it'll be a jump ball in favor of Eastern.
The Paoli girls playing just a little timid against that pressure defense. Of course, they faced it last week. They just need to be a little more aggressive, a little more protective of that basketball.
Avery will hand it off to her twin sister Addison, and she'll work top key, and then she throws it behind her sister, cutting to the basket. And Eastern will turn it right back over to Paoli.
All right, Paoli, let's see if the Lady Rams can get used to this pressure in a hurry. They're going to focus on getting it to Hopper, but you can't rely solely on her against this pressure that's got 4 defensive players in the backcourt.
Again, the link bothering the Rams, and they turn it over in the backcourt. It goes off the fingertips of Hall. That'll be the second turnover of the night for Paoli. And again, they had over 30 last week in the game at Eastern.
Yeah, and every time you get a turnover, it's like it fuels Eastern even more.
Smith drives baseline. This is Addie, and she is bumped as she gets down near the 3-second area. Coming down was Kaylin Hannon on that backside of the defense with the help defense and the foul.
The foul on Hannon will be her first. And team first as well. Give it over to Eastern to the right of their bucket.
Addie into Avery, gets to the elbow. Now got a cross court left side. Goes through the hands of Hauner out of bounds. Pass too high. And Eastern turns it right back over to Paoli.
And Paoli will face that pressure one more time. They've got 3 offensive players facing 4 that are trying to trap in the backcourt.
1-2-1-1 down the right sideline. Burton gets into the passing lane and will deflect it into the stands. Rams will regain possession, and the good news is they get it in the front court.
Now, a lot of times off of that trap, you've got to be able to get it to the middle of the court, and then you'll have options getting it forward. Paoli has not done that just yet.
Hopper near the center circle with the dribble, looks to the right. Bounce pass goes over, knocked away, stolen by Smith. Outlet pass to Hauner, drives left side, put it up and good. A steal and a score for Eastern. They're up now 7-2 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Full court pressure. Peyton in the backcourt. To Hall, working left side. Cruz into the middle to Hannon. Beyond her, and it's going to be knocked away and stolen. Jackson comes down with it, And the Rams turn it over and commit another foul.
And that foul is trouble for Paoli because Kaylin Hannon has now picked up her second personal foul. That will be team foul number 2 as well on Paoli.
Substitutions coming in, Bailey Traynor and Bailey Robbins. And coming out will be Hauner and Jackson. And Jay Walker, the senior, checks in for Paoli. And going to the bench, one of the Rams' leading scorer in Kaylin Hannon.
Well, they only put one foul up on Hannon on the board, so we'll check that as the game goes on.
Rams staying there 2-3. Long three by Smith. This being Addie. Couldn't get the shot to go. No good, but the rebound by Traynor, who came down in the middle of the lane, picked up that loose ball. And, again, that's one thing Coach Cruz said they had to work better on, blocking out of that zone.
All right, Paoli this time. A few more players in the backcourt, see what they want to run against this press.
It was a jump ball, and the Rams get it on the alternating possession up to Cruz, trapped at midcourt in the middle. Here's Hopper, got Walker driving down the left side. She's trapped on the baseline. She tried to pass it back out, but the ball deflected off the hands of Addie Smith.
Yeah, it looked like Paoli was going to be able to get the layup, but Eastern got back that quickly, prevented the layup, and matter of fact, got a double team at the same time.
Paul to the left of the basket along the baseline will trigger it in. And zoning it up, give it off to Hopper. Now she turns down the lane, steps into a defender, now backs up, put the shot up off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Smith. Avery quickly get up to Addie on the right side, back to Avery, to Addie on the right wing. Takes it to the free throw line, kick it out to Traynor. Traynor to Robbins, a little running hook shot in the lane. It is no good. Ball loose on the floor. Lily Hall has it for the Rams. She'll bring it up the right sideline into the half court. Picked the ball up, then she tried to pass it to Hopper. Very aggressive, though, in that half court. This time, Bailey Robbins, the freshman, will be called for a pushing foul.
Now that foul on Robbins, that will be her first and team second, whistled against Eastern. That's the type of foul that Paoli wants to see. Eastern's going to be aggressive against that Paoli press break, and the more physical they can be, the more effective the press will be.
Rams down by 5. Cruz trapped in the corner, and she will be called for a walk.
And wanted to get away from the defender coming to trap, but saw that she was over there right in the corner and couldn't go any further, kind of got off balance and moved the feet.
Pressure again, a problem for the Rams here tonight for the second straight week. Addie Smith will bring it up across the timeline with the dribble. Rams drop back in their 2-3, staying below the arc. And taking a walk will be Bailey Robbins to give it right back. That's 3 turnovers on Eastern.
And we see that move at least once every game. You're going to give that fake and then move, and during the fake, both feet are moving. That gives it over to Paoli.
Come back now. Eastern will go into their half-court trap. Give the Rams a new look here on this possession. Payton and Hopper pitch it back and forth across the timeline. Hopper, and air pass knocked away, stolen by Smith the other way. Dribbling in is Addie to the baseline. Hit it out to the trailer. Traynor, her long 3, no good. Ball bounces on the rim a couple of times. Rebound Hopper. She's quickly up court across the timeline. Hopper now turns to the top of the key to Cruz on the right wing. Dump it down low to Jericho on the baseline. Spin move back in, tipped away, but Jericho able to recover. Out to Lily Hall, and the Rams reset. 1-2-2 zone put up, but again, very aggressive. Stepping through the double team is Hopper. Back to Hall. 3 left of the key off the rim. No good. Ball fought for. Coming down with the rebound is Burton. And as she tried to dribble out of some traffic, a bump and a foul will be called on Paoli.
And that foul is going to go on 10 in white. That's Avery Cruz. That's going to be her first personal foul. Team foul number 3, whistled against Paoli. Give it over to Eastern. They've got length of the court to go. Paoli will set in that 2-3 zone defense.
3:20 and counting first quarter. Rams down by 5. Working around the perimeter. The left of the key is Traynor. Fired in the middle to Smith. The ball tapped away. But Avery got it back out to Addison. Long 3 out of the left corner. No good, but another offensive rebound by Burton. She'll give it off to Avery. Cross court to Addison. Fakes. Dribbles down the left baseline. Nowhere to go. We'll kick it back out. Between the legs, dribble by Robbins. Robbins over to Smith. Bobbled momentarily by Addie. Goes cross court. Down the lane, trailer, a running one-hander. It is up, no good. Ball tipped around, and Jay Walker comes out of there with it for the Rams. Works it out of trouble to Cruz, and Hopper will bring it up with the dribble. Been a while since the Rams have scored, but they're still only down by 5. Out front, Payton with the basketball. Her pass is deflected off Traynor out of bounds right in front of the Eastern bench.
Paoli girls ball fake that pass one way, then go the other way with it. That'll get the defense off balance, and they won't be able to reach around like they did at that time, extending those long arms to be able to get a deflection.
And speaking of long arms, Katie Howner, the 5'10 sophomore, comes back in, and Robbins will get a break. Again, this is a very young team with only a handful of seniors on the ball club and no seniors in the starting lineup. Get the ball down in, but I believe Hall stepped on the sideline.
Yeah, I thought she was in the air at the time. The official says no, she was on the sideline because it was more or less a catch and a pass in the same motion, but it goes over to Eastern anyway.
Seventh turnover of this quarter. Out front working, Addie Smith comes right side to Trainer to Addie Smith. Working around the perimeter, Howner, Smith, Addie to the right elbow, nowhere to go to Trainer. Reverses it left side. Bounce pass in the lane to Avery Smith. She kicks it out to Trainer. Working down low, nice side to side. There's Burton in the low post to lay it up and good. Got that defense of the Rams moving, and then just quick ball movement by Eastern for an easy 2 to make it 9-2. Full court pressure. Peyton's pass deflected. Give it off to Hall. She stepped through a double team, but the pass is deflected out of bounds to the Eastern bench, and the Rams will have it in their front court.
Eastern just seems to be getting a deflection every possession for Paoli, disrupting the offense, to say the least. Paoli really hasn't been able to run much offense at all.
And, again, you can kind of tell the Rams just a step slow here tonight again. 1-2-2 half-court trap. Working right side, Hopper, jump pass in the corner to Cruz, give and go. Here's Hopper, spin move down the lane, put it up with the left hand. It bounces twice on the rim and falls off, and Jericho will go to the line to shoot 2.
Got a good look. You can find spots against that pressure defense where you can have some success. That's one of them. That foul on Bracy Jackson of Eastern. That'll be her first and team third.
Free throw up and good by Hopper. She's got all three, and all three have come from the free throw line in this quarter. For Paoli, 9-3, and 1:45 to go. Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James scoreboard. Second free throw up and good as well. Takes to the 9-4 ball game. Rams is trying to hang close here in this first quarter of play, trying to get their feet underneath of them here. But Eastern, so far, their pressure defense has been the difference in this ball game. Out front, Trainer around the perimeter to Smith. Goes into the corner to Howner. Out front to Addie Smith. Working to Trainer. Trainer to Addie. Skip it into the corner. Jackson looking nowhere to go. Fires across court to Smith. Into the corner left side. Howner back to Smith. To the free throw line. Into the high post. Burton has it. Back out to Smith. Working right side to Trainer. Into the corner. Good to spread it around the three-point area against this zone and look for some penetration. And there's Burton down the lane, and a foul going to be called.
Yeah, she drove around to Lily Hall, had her beat initially, then was kind of hesitant. Hall reaches in, commits the foul. That'll be her first, and team foul number 4 against Paoli.
Ball in. Here's Trainer launching 3 from the left wing. They went to the sub, didn't get it. Rebound pulled down, though, by Hopper. Rushes it up to Peyton on the left side. Addie back to Hopper. Cross court down low on the baseline. Hall back out to Cruz. Her three-pointer is blocked. Ball loose on the floor, and Hopper going to come out of there with it, and then she has her feet taken out from underneath of her, and that foul will go on Eastern, and that's the way you'll see that type of contact will take the legs out from a player. That person will be called for the blocking foul.
That foul on Addison Smith, that will be her first and fourth on Eastern as a team. They keep subbing in, subbing out. That'll be a big advantage that Eastern has over Paoli.
Avery Smith back in along with Bailey Robbins. Hall on the baseline to cutting Hopper right back to Lily under the glass. Got a little dribble out and some room and laid it up and good off the glass. Nice play by Lily in traffic. Makes it now a 9-6 ball game. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter of play. Out front, Trainer between the circles, working right side to Jackson. Jackson goes cross court in the corner, and the ball sails through the hands of Robbins out of bounds. That'll be turnover number 4 on Eastern, and it's chance here for the Rams. A 3 could tie it.
But I think what we've seen so far, if given a chance, if Paoli's playing solid defense, Eastern will turn it over. They'll give it back to you.
Walker fires it up to Cruz, and the pass too hot to handle goes through the hands of Avery, and Paoli will turn the ball right back over to Eastern.
Yeah, Jay was committed to the pass that time. The defender was flashing up, and she put a little extra on it just to make sure it got through, and it was too much to handle.
Eastern gets the ball back. Robbins across the timeline to Trainer to the left of the key with the dribble. Working right side to Robbins against the 2-3. Dribbles to the free throw line. High post to Smith. And there is Avery this time as Addie getting a break. To the left of the key, Trainer has it. Again, Trainer 5'2" and a sophomore. Fired in the lane to Smith. Turns down the lane. Kick it back out to Howner. Howner inside the arc on the right side to Smith. Dribbles into the lane. spin move right side, put it up and good off the glass. Addie Smith adds 2 to her total to make it now 11-6, down to 4 seconds to go. Hall going to heave it up from three-quarters court. That'll be the first quarter of play on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Game 1 of sectional play at Crawford County. Eastern on top, 11-6. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
Cool motorcycle. How'd you afford it?
Got a home equity line of credit from Hoosier Hills Credit Union.
That's cool. Why a motorcycle?
I had a sign at work.
And now if you turn to page 3 on your binders, you'll see.
Fund your adventures with a home equity line of credit from Hoosier Hills Credit Union. Remodel your home, go on an epic vacation, or get the boat, RV, jet ski, or motorcycle of your dreams. Apply at any Hoosier Hills Service Center. Subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions are subject to change. Equalizing lender, NMLS number 408510.
Eastern leads 11-6 at the end of the first quarter in this opening game.
And Paoli just didn't get enough shots, didn't make enough. 1 out of 5 to start things off from the field, 20%. And that one wasn't made until a minute left in the quarter. Paoli at least 4 out of 4 from the free throw line, accounting for 4 of their 6 points. As far as Eastern is concerned, 5 of 11 overall, 45%. They were just 1 out of 5 from three-point range, so Paoli, they want to sag back in and drop off and make Eastern show that they can at least make a decent percentage of those. Eastern did not get to the free throw line in the first quarter of play, and Jericho Hopper, you got to wonder, is she going to be able to keep up this tempo the whole way? She's playing hard, and as a result, may wear down just a little bit. Of course, she's one of the few of the Paoli girls that has not had any kind of illness injuries just yet.
Starting the quarter, Eastern will get it to go with Sydney Burton, Avery Smith, Bracy Jackson, Addison Smith, and Katie Howner, their original starting 5. Rams will go with Avery Cruz, Lily Hall, along with Addie Payton, Jericho Hopper, and Jay Walker. I think we've got a little bit of a question. Do we have on a substitution here or on the possession arrow to start this?
Well, they're calling over Addison Smith, and she was in at the end of the quarter, made the last shot of that quarter. So I don't know, and that was with just 10 seconds left. She didn't come out, so maybe somebody reported in and told them that they were going to take her spot.
Bailey Jackson will now start, or Bailey Robbins, that is, will now start this along with Bracy Jackson. And Jackson throws it into Robbins, and she'll bring it up, give it over to Smith. This is Avery around the perimeter, and there's Walker in the passing lane, but coming down with it is Howner. Fire it down into the high post. Burton skip it out left corner to Smith. Dribbles in between traffic. Ball knocked loose on the floor, and a kick ball will be called on the Rams defense.
And now that will give Eastern a chance to sub Addison Smith back into the ball game, and Bailey Robbins will go out.
Addison will throw it into the left of the basket. They cut down between the defenders, kick it back out front to Avery, to Addison, to Avery. Working on the right side to Howner, to Avery, to Addison again. Just good ball movement around the perimeter, trying to catch this Rams zone sliding and reverse it on them. Into the lane, give it off Addison. Out front to Jackson, to Addie. Back over on the left side, working it. Addison Smith dribbles into the arc, passes it to Avery down the lane. She gets below the free throw line, dribbles in, lost it on the way up, got it back, then just hands it off to her teammate Burton, who put it up and in. 4 on the night for Sydney Burton, make it 13-6. As we played about 40 seconds of this second quarter of play. Again, half-court pressure into the middle. Finally, Hopper across the timeline, up to Payton. And the ball goes off her fingertips out of bounds. That's turnover number 9 on Paoli.
And those are the type turnovers that they'll just kill you because you beat the press, you get it into your half-court set, and the pass just a little too hard or just off target.
6:56 to go, 13-6 in favor of Eastern. Working on the left side, Avery Smith to Jackson between the circles to Avery. Avery looking, goes into Addie in the middle. Now a little 15-footer just off the right elbow, up and good. Timeout going to be taken by the Rams. 6:44 to go in the first half. Rams trail at 15-6. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home, protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Out of the timeout, the Rams has the ball stolen. Howder drove in. She missed an easy bunny. The ball tipped around and knocked out of bounds, and the Rams get it back. In the middle, a pass deflected. Howder with another steal, and the Rams trying to come back and re-steal it. Foul, though, going to be called on Paoli.
And that foul is going to go on Jericho Hopper. That is going to be her first and team first of the quarter.
Smith to the right of the basket as Addie Payton will check back in, and Willie Hall will get a break with 6:30 to go here in the first quarter of play. Set it up on the right side. Addie will throw it in. Addie Smith, one of the twins, goes into the corner to Jackson. Comes back cross court to Howner on the right side. She lost it, got it back to Avery, to Addie, but there's Walker, got a hand on it, but couldn't come up with it. And then Jay compounds it, but trying to go after it a second time and grab the arm of the Eastern player.
And that foul on Jay Walker is going to be her first and team foul number 2 of the quarter.
On the baseline, Smith to Smith, back to Addie. Her long three out of the right corner, no good. Jay Walker saves it on the baseline in a double team, needs some help, finally gives it out to Hopper, over to Pate, or make that rather to Hannon, up to Cruz. Here's Avery driving, steps through a double team, shot comes up short, no good. Rebound the other way. Burton pushes it up with the dribble down the left sideline to Addie. She goes cross court to Avery, skips between two players, lays it up and good. Avery Smith, her fourth point of the night, and it's a 17-6. Eastern lead with 5:50 to go in the first half of play. Cruz down the left sideline, pass deflected, comes right. Luckily, for the Rams, the Hopper gets it up into the offensive end, into the middle to Payton around the perimeter. Pass deflected. However, Jay Walker comes up with it. Hannon into the corner. Double team needs some help. Finally, high post pass, but it's knocked away and stolen as Burton comes out of there with it. Burton will bring it up the right side to Howner. Howner steps back. Three on the way. Off the rim, no good. Rebound Smith down the lane. And as Avery goes up a second time, she is fouled and will go to the free throw line.
They really want to call that on. Either way, it's going to be a second personal foul against somebody in white, and it's still on Jay Walker. That will be her second personal and team foul number 3.
Foul got to be hit by the Rams. 5:20 to go. Eastern on top 17-6. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus. Riley Oil is pleased to announce they are once again pumping gas for their valued customers after the 2023 tornado outbreak at their Paoli location. The Riley family invites you to stop in and fill up with quality Marathon gasoline and diesel. Stop in and check out the facility, grab a cold drink and a Hoosier Lottery ticket. Be sure to visit their other 2 locations in Orleans and Hardinsburg and grab a snack, drink, or something cooked fresh from their grab-and-go hot bar. Riley's Marathon offers after-hours pay at the pump for your convenience. Visit them off the east side of the Paoli Square in Orleans and Hardinsburg.
Coach Donovan Cruz of Paoli forced to call another timeout, trying to stem the tide, so to speak. Paoli just not aggressive, or not wanting to possess the basketball enough, turning it over way too many times against this Eastern press.
Avery Smith knocks down the first free throw. Her 5th point of the night, coming in averaging over 7. Tariana Burkhead checks in for the first time, the 5'6" junior for Paoli. Smith's second free throw, it's off the back of the rim, no good, but gets her own rebound, drives down the lane, and she is fouled in the double team, and that will put her back at the free throw line.
See who the foul is going to be on. It's going to go on Burkhead, who just checked into the ball game. That's going to be her first. And already 4 whistled against Paoli here in the quarter, and there's still 5:21 to go in the quarter.
At the line, Avery Smith's free throw up and good. Avery Cruz ready to check back in. 6 for Avery Smith. Lily Hall will come out for Paoli as Coach Taylor Drury gets a chance to talk with her sophomore point guard, Bailey Traynor. Next one by Smith. It's up and good as well. Got them both. 19-6. Full court pressure continues. Burkhead gets it in to Peyton. Peyton in the middle, but the ball knocked away and stolen, tipped away from behind. Traynor comes up with the loose ball. Gets it to Smith, back to Traynor. Working on the right side. Addison on the baseline to Hauner. Quickly around the perimeter on the left side. Long 3 by Robbins off the front of the rim. No good. And finally coming out of there with the rebound is Jericho Hopper. She'll bring it up with the dribble. Goes to Cruz on the right wing. Cruz looking down low, trying to get it into Jericho. Instead out to Hannon. And bounce pass is knocked away and stolen. Smith goes the other way. Driving in is Addie, who lays it up and good. Addison Smith, 2 more to her. She's got 6 as well. It's 22-6 in favor of Eastern. Not only are they getting turnovers, but they're converting them into points. Long pass across the timeline. Peyton into the offensive end. Nearly tied up. Back to Hannon. Hannon dribbles in on the baseline.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living Rehabilitation.
Cruz was worried about. Second quarter has been a really good one for Eastern all year.
That post pass to Smith. Avery out on the right side to Addison. Side Robbins into Avery. Bobbled, but got it back. Comes off to Addie. Down in the lane. They try to burn. Hopping up from the low block to the high post. Cruz there just a little bit late, and Avery will be called for the foul.
And the foul is called for Paoli because Cruz has now picked up her second personal foul, and that is team foul number 5 in the quarter. And that will mean that Eastern will shoot free throws the rest of the half, and still 4:07 to go. The second.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living Rehabilitation Programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Black, and that's going to be on Bailey Robbins. That's her second and team first of the quarter.
Rams flat along the sideline as they'll come up with the basketball. Trying to get something going here, and it's just been a struggle on the offensive end against this half-court pressure of Eastern. Into the high post. Hopper fires it over to Hall. Bobbled it, got it back. Lily used up the dribble, high post to Jericho, right along the free throw line. Give it up to Cruz. Cruz looks left, comes back. Down low to Hall. Little fadeaway high first. And finally get on the board here in the second quarter. Make it 24-8 with 3:30 to go here in the first half of play.
Inflation and other economic factors can keep you from getting the best results from your investments. Raymond James financial advisor Jamie Sullivan may be able to help you find ways to stay ahead of inflation, save money on your taxes.
Makes 3 steps back to Burkhead. Peyton going to line up 3 left wing. It's off the rim. No good. Ball tipped around, and Burton has the rebound for Eastern. She'll bring it up with the dribble. Quickly down the left sideline to Smith. Into the corner. Another three by Robbins. It's off the rim. No good. Ball tipped around. Coming down with it is Avery Smith. She reverses, drives into the lane, lays it up and good off the glass. Makes it 26-8. 2:35 to go. The onslaught continues in this second quarter for Eastern. Rams trying to slow it down into half court. Ball knocked away and stolen. Addie Smith going to drive the length of the court. Laid up good and a foul called as trailing the play that time was Burkhead, and that will be 8 for the junior Addie Smith.
Eastern just a step quicker, a little bit taller than what the Paoli girls are, and as a result, they are seeming to get every loose ball and are converting it, making Paoli pay on the other end to the tune of a 20-point lead right now.
2:27 to go here in the first half of play. 28-8 in favor of Eastern. Free throw is short, no good by Smith. Tipped around, coming down with it, though, is going to be Howner, who laid it up and in. And just like that, actually it was Bronner, 32 instead of 22, as the Rams couldn't come up with that offensive rebound. Here's Hopper in the offensive end. Smith, though, knocking it out from behind. And Eastern, everywhere you look, there's one of those black uniforms with the purple and gold checkerboard on the side flying out of basketball.
Now, they are just so much quicker than what Paoli is, and you don't know if it's the illness still working its way through the team that has slowed the girls down. I don't think Eastern is really that much quicker than what Paoli is.
Out front, Hopper has it to the left of the key. Staying back into the zone. Now they're going to match up a little bit man-to-man this time for Eastern. First time we have seen that. Peyton works it on the right wing. Peyton with the dribble to Burkhead between the circles. Give it off to Hopper to the left of the key. Hopper with the basketball, fakes to the elbow, back out to Cruz. Rams patient on this set with 1:49 to go. Walker on the right wing, back out to Peyton. Peyton dribbles into the right elbow, pulls it back out behind the arc, give it off to Burkhead. Burkhead hands it off to Hopper all alone. 3 by Jericho right side, bottom of the net. 7 for Jericho, and it's a 30-11 lead with 90 seconds to go here in the first half of play on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Here's Howner's 3 right side, no good, but down the lane, Avery Smith missed the first one, got the second one, laid it up and in. Avery Smith, a nice job to follow her miss. She's got 11. That's what the Rams have, and it's 32-11 with 1:10 to go. Quickly up to Peyton into the offensive end. Peyton in the double team, give it off to Hopper, swing it right side to Cruz. Cruz with the ball overhead, goes reverse it back to Peyton, fakes 3 down the lane, pull up 13-footer, it's off the back of the rim, no good. Smith has the rebound. Quickly down the right side to Howner. Howner lob it ahead to Bronner down low. She fumbled it out of bounds, and now to turn it back over to Paoli.
I think Burkhead got in the passing lanes, got just enough of it to deflect it, and then when Howner went up to grab it, it went off her fingertips and out of bounds, and now Paoli gets it. And Eastern will actually call off the press with just under 50 seconds to go in the half.
Rams will have the ball. Final 45 seconds. They'll also get the ball to start the third quarter. Eastern going to drop back into a 2-3 zone. Work it left side to Burkhead. Hopper between the circles. Give it off to Peyton on the right wing. Peyton with the dribble. Gets the screen out high to Hopper. Into the corner. Burkhead fakes 3. Dribbles in. Long 2 left wing. Back to the rim. No good. Good job by Walker underneath right side. Her second chance would not go. Ball tipped around. Smith comes down with it, and then she falls out of bounds. It'll be Rams basketball.
Well, Paoli girls, they're playing as hard as they can. Just right now, not seeing the results of it, as they will get an inbounds pass up to the left of the bucket.
Tariana Burkhead will be doing the honors for the Rams. Gives it in to Hopper, and as she tried to make her move, Sydney Burton grabbed her by the arm.
Yeah, that foul on Cindy Burton will be her second and team second as well. Give it over to Paoli to the left of their bucket. Substitution of Bracy Jackson will check back in for Eastern, and Cindy Burton will go out.
To the left of the basket, Tariana Burkhead will trigger it in for the Rams. Looks for Cutters, shovels it in right in front of the rim, driving down the lane. Hopper up in traffic, no good, but a foul called. And Jericho Hopper will be going back to the free throw line.
Jackson, who just checked in, had the defensive assignment. See if that's who they put it on. It is on 34. That's her second, team third. It will put Hopper to the free throw line. She's got 7 points so far.
Jericho's first free throw up and good, coming in, hitting 77% at the stripe.
She's got 8, and 5 of them have come from the free throw line.
32-12. Rams trail it with 18.6 seconds to go here in the first half of play on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. Second free throw, it is up, and it is good. So Hopper knocked down another pair, and the Rams going to press. 2-2-1 full court pressure up to Smith. Into the corner, Howner has it back down low to Bronner. Back out front to Addison Smith. Down the lane she drives. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound pulled down by Cruz, and then she is going to be tied up by Smith. This being Avery Smith, and the Rams will get it on the alternating possession.
Yeah, just 7 seconds to go, though, and now Eastern will extend pressure just to make sure Paoli doesn't get a good shot at it.
Burkhead looking, comes into Cruz, nearly stolen. It's knocked away in the backboard. Time Katie Howner comes up to deflect it out of bounds.
All right, Paoli, they're going to have a tough spot to bring it in now, all the way over in the far corner. They'll set some screens and get it in that way.
Cruz to Burkhead in the middle to Hopper, nearly foul, turns, launches it from half court. Oh, and they will call a foul with 1.2 seconds to go as the Rams get bailed out on that call.
Yep, and they'll take it. It's been a rough first half, and that's a big foul on Bracy Jackson of Eastern because she has now picked up her third personal foul. Not usually a situation where you see a foul called, but Paoli gets the benefit of the whistle there, and Jericho Hopper to the line with just 1.2 seconds left in the half.
Hopper's first free throw up and good. A chance to add to her point total with 3 here. It's 10 on the night. She's got 10 of the Rams' 14. Lead cut down to 32-14. Again, big second quarter here for Eastern to break this game open, much like happened last Tuesday night at Eastern. Second free throw is up and good. Hopper 2 for 2, trying to make the hat trick here with a 3-for-3 trip if she can. Rams will take the points any way that they can get them here right before intermission. The next one by Jericho. It's up, and she got them both, all 3 of them.
Yep.
32-16, but less than a second to go. The ball in the backcourt, thrown up to the front court. It goes out of bounds, and that'll be your first half of play on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. We'll go to the locker room. Eastern in control over Paoli, 32-16. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Inflation and other economic factors can keep you from getting the best results from your investments. Raymond James financial advisor Jamie Sullivan may be able to help you find ways to stay ahead of inflation, save money on your taxes, and prepare for retirement. Call Jamie Sullivan at 812-849-2670, located in Mitchell, for an appointment. Raymond James & Associates, Incorporated. Member of the New York Stock Exchange, SIPC, Life Well Planned.
Discover the convenience of Hoosier Hardware, now offering a comprehensive selection of ammunition for all your shooting needs. Located on 1st Street, 1 block from the square, we are your one-stop shop for plumbing, electrical, painting, mobile home parts, water heaters, and general hardware supplies. In addition to our extensive inventory, we fill propane tanks, providing you with a cost-effective solution. Visit us today or call 812-723-2708 to see why Hoosier Hardware stands out for quality and service in the community.
You can make a difference in the life of abused and neglected children in Orange County. I'm Orange County Circuit Court Judge Steve Owen, and we have a court-appointed special advocate program, or CASA, right here in Orange County, and we need your help. There's no special skills required, and we can train you on the skills that are needed. All you have to do is just call Robin Brown today and tell her that you want to help us help these children feel safe and loved here in Orange County. That's Orange County CASA at 812-653-4889.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services, delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
For over 40 years, families in Orange and surrounding counties have relied on the professionalism of Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli in their time of need. Melvin Dillman established this high standard of dignity and care that remains today under the direction of Tim Scott, family, and staff. Call 812-723-2276 to set up a pre-need appointment, and the staff at Dillman Scott will be happy to discuss all of your options. Southern Indiana's gold standard of care. Dillman Scott Funeral Home in Paoli.
Get ready for a taste explosion at the Superburger in Paoli, home of the Triple Nuke, the burger that takes flavor to a whole new level. But that's not all. They now proudly claim the title of second best burger in Indiana. Sizzle into satisfaction with their mouth-watering patties made with locally raised 90% lean grass-fed beef with fresh ingredients that'll leave your taste buds begging for more. The Superburger, where every bite is a journey of culinary delight. Swing by today and discover why they are the talk of the town. The Superburger, West Main Street in Paoli, where the Triple Nuke reigns supreme and the taste is legendary.
Rams trail it here at the half in the opening game of Class 2A Sectional 46 at Crawford County. As we begin the Whitfield Investments halftime report, give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can help you stay on track with your goals now and in the future. The Rams, they kind of sputtered there against that pressure defense early on as they had 17 turnovers, and that's never a good sign when you have more turnovers than points here in this first half of play. And it showed in that first quarter. Even though with that, the Rams hung right in there. They got it back just a 3-point game at 9-6 with 1:01 to go. But a bucket by Addie Smith with 10 seconds to go gave Eastern an 11-6 lead at the end of the quarter break. But then the start of the second quarter, the pressure turned up and the Rams struggled. And Eastern went on a 13-0 run to gap it out to 23-6, rather 24-6. Paoli did not score until the 3:31 mark on a baseline basket by Lily Hall. And Eastern then, by that time, the damage was done, and they were able to stretch it out. But Paoli got a few of those points back thanks to free throws late in that quarter as Jericho Hopper hit 5 out of 5 in the final 18 seconds, and 3 of those fouled shooting from half court with 1 second to go to give it a 32-16 advantage for Eastern here at the half. Eastern, they lead the rebounding 14-9, but it's close 12, but Paoli just not getting any shots to go. And Eastern, well, they've just been getting some second chance opportunities. Of those 14 rebounds, 9 have come on the offensive glass. Paoli with 12 rebounds, and they only have 3 second chance opportunities. As I mentioned, 17 turnovers for the Rams in this first half, while Eastern taking much better care of the basketball. They only had 5, and about 4 of those came in the first 3 minutes of this ball game. Right now, though, Eastern in control at the half, 32-16. When we continue with the Whitfield Investments halftime report, we'll take a look at team and individual stats. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Inflation and other economic factors can keep you from getting the best results from your investments. Raymond James financial advisor Jamie Sullivan may be able to help you find ways to stay ahead of inflation, save money on your taxes, and prepare for retirement. Call Jamie Sullivan at 812-849-2670, located in Mitchell, for an appointment. Raymond James & Associates, Incorporated. Member of the New York Stock Exchange, SIPC, Life Well Planned.
In need of a financial checkup? Consider Whitfield Investments for comprehensive investment advice and wealth management services. As a passionate Paoli native, Wes Whitfield places the needs of his clients first as he works to grow a stronger, financially savvy community of investors, families, and individuals. Give Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how Wes can help you stay on track with your goals, both now and in the future.
Well, we are at the half, and as the Whitfield Investments halftime report continues, we take a look at some of the stats from first half action. First off, as far as shooting is concerned, Paoli just 3 out of 12 in the first half, 25%, 2 of 7 in that second quarter of play. Included in the 3 of 12 overall figure is 1 out of 5 3-point shooting for Paoli, just 20%. They were 1 of 2 in the second quarter. About the only thing going Paoli's way right now is at the free throw line. Paoli makes 9 out of 9 in that first half. They were all made by Jericho Hopper. As far as Eastern is concerned, they shoot 13 of 29 overall, so they get 17 more shot attempts than Paoli in the first half. At 13 of 29, good for 45%. Included in that is 8 of 18 in the second quarter, where they were 44%. It also includes 1 out of 5 3-point shooting for Eastern. All of those taken in the first quarter, no 3-point attempts in the second quarter of play. Second quarter, Eastern was getting fouled and getting to the free throw line. They made 5 of their 7 attempts there. Well, we're at the half when the Whitfield Investments halftime report continues. We'll take a look at individual totals from first half action. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot and mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Whitfield Investments halftime report continues as we take a look at individual scoring in a game that sees Eastern leading Paoli 32-16. Individual scoring for Paoli, really it is a good thing that Jericho Hopper made it to the bus in time tonight. She has 12 of Paoli's 16 points. Lily Hall, one of the other seniors, she has 4, and that rounds out the scoring for Paoli. As far as the Lady Musketeers of Eastern are concerned, pretty well balanced. Avery Smith leads the way with 11. Her twin sister, Addison Smith, she is next on the list with 8. 6 points for Cindy Burton, 5 for Katie Hauner, and 2 for Emma Brawner. Scores by the quarters. Paoli was down 11-6 after 1. Second quarter, Eastern outscores Paoli, the Lady Rams, 21-10. That gets us to our halftime score of 32-16. Haven't talked about the foul situation just yet. Paoli, 4 players with 2 personal fouls apiece. Avery Cruz, Kaylin Hannon, Jay Walker, and Terriana Burkhead each with 2. For the Lady Musketeers of Eastern, they have 3 players with some concerns. Gracie Jackson especially, she's got 3. 2 points for Cindy Burton, or 2 fouls for Cindy Burton, and 2 for Bailey Robbins as well. And that's the Whitfield Investments halftime report. If West Whitfield Investments a call today at 812-203-2545 to learn more about how West can help you stay on track with your goals now and in the future. Now, Paoli, they're going to start on the defensive end. Let's see if the girls can finish strong at least, make this thing look a little more competitive. Eastern had their number without a doubt in the first 2 quarters, as Paoli starts with a 16-point deficit to begin third quarter play.
Sydney Burton, Avery Smith, Gracie Jackson, Addison Smith, and Katie Hauner, the 5 out there for Eastern. As they work it around the Rams 2-3 zone, right side, 3 on the way by Addie Smith, in and out, no good, but the rebound tracked down by Burton in the corner for a second chance opportunity for Eastern. This time, Hauner going to line up 3 out of the left corner, and she knocks it down for her 8th point of the night. 35-16 as the Rams now face again full court pressure. Lob it over the top. Hannon has it. Kaylin dribbles into the lane, tried to go up for the shot. Foul going to be called as Jackson reached in and raked her across the arm.
And that foul will wait just to make sure that's where they put it. It is on 34, Gracie Jackson, and she can't get out of her own way as far as the fouls are concerned. She now has 4 personal fouls. That's the first on Eastern as a team.
Kaylin Hannon at the line, 77% free throw shooter, front of the rim, back of the rim, and through for her first point of the night.
First time tonight that someone other than Jericho has attempted a free throw.
Substitution, Bailey Robbins back in. Rams are going with Avery Cruz, Jericho Hopper, Kaylin Hannon, Addie Payton, and Lily Hall, their original starting 5. Free throw off the side, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, and Avery just thought it had been touched by Eastern, and it goes out of bounds, and it'll go back over to the Musketeers.
Yeah, that was a good chance to get that ball back, but Avery, I don't know if she thought somebody tipped it or what, but she let it go when she had a chance to grab it.
Addie will bring it up. Addie Smith with the dribble. Rams drop back to their 3-2 again, all inside the arc, making Eastern earn it from the outside. Around the perimeter, Avery goes over to Addie on the right side, dribbles in on the baseline to the double team pass, deflected, picked up though by Robbins, quickly into Burton. The ball movement again, dump it down low in the lane. Howner drops it off to Smith, who goes on the baseline, couldn't get a shot off. Back down low in the lane, Howner turns, put the shot up, or makes it rather Burton with the left hand. Would not go, and Sydney Burton is fouled and will be back at the free throw line.
And that foul will be on Jericho Hopper of Paoli. That's going to be her second personal foul. So she is now the fifth Paoli player to pick up her second.
At the line, Burton averages 9 points per ball game. Free throw by the righty up and no good as it rolls off the right side. She's got 6. 35-17 as we played a minute here in this second half of play. Opening game of the Crawford County Sectional. Winner advances to the semifinal round on Friday night. Second one is up and good. 1 out of 2 for Burton at the stripe. 2-2-1 full court pressure. Rams facing in the backcourt. Hopper has it, brings it down the right side. Picked up the dribble, cross court in the middle. Ball is off the fingertips of Peyton. Going to be stolen by Smith. She'll have the ball restolen, though, by Peyton. Here comes Hannon the other way. Kaylin down the lane, put it up, no good. Shot short. And out there with the rebound is Smith for Eastern. Rushes it up the right side all the way to the basket. Put the shot up, no good in Addison, and a foul going to be called on the rebound. Howner and Hopper were going after the ball off the rim.
And that will be on Howner, 22. That's going to be her first. Team second of the quarter. That'll give it over to Paoli. Length of the court to go, facing the full court pressure.
Inbounds pass comes to Hopper. Hopper right along the baseline to Hall, nearly knocked away and stolen. Lily, can she save it? No, she cannot. Howner comes up with it. Bounce pass over on the left side to Avery Smith. Now turns back in the lane, steps through the double team, put up a wild shot after some contact and goes to the floor. And that will put number 24, Avery Smith, to the free throw line for Eastern Musketeers.
That foul on Avery Cruz, that's going to be her third and team second. Jay Walker quickly up off of the bench for Paoli, and they're going to give her 2 shots on that foul.
Avery Smith averaging 7.4. Free throw up and good. She's got 12 on the night, above her average, 36-17. Coming in, Eastern as a team averages over 48 points per ball game, give up 47. As Cruz will come out of the lineup. As Bert mentioned, Jay Walker, the senior, back in for Paoli. Second one by Smith. It's up and good. Got them both to fall, 38-17. 6:25 to go here in the third quarter of play. Hall finally gives it into Hopper, right back to Hall under the basket. Hall in a double team, needs some help. Finally able to get it out to Hopper. She comes back to get it, dribbles her way through traffic all the way to the free throw line, kick it out to the corner. Hannon, high arching three is up and good. Kaylin Hannon, 4 points in this quarter. As the Rams need to knock down more of those in a frequent trips up and down, make it 38-20. Robbins drops it down low to Smith. Her pass deflected. It's loose on the floor. And Burton touches it last as it goes out of bounds, and that'll be turnover number 7 against the Musketeers.
Well, Paoli girls, they're starting to get it a little more aggressive defensively, especially getting some deflections, and as a result, they are slowing Eastern down.
In backcourt against the press, Hannon has it. Hannon right along the baseline, needs some help in the middle to Hall. Hall lob it up ahead to Walker. Walker to Peyton on the left wing. Peyton looking down low, will back it out with the dribble to Walker on the baseline. Into the high post, it goes to Hopper, turns down the lane. Jericho in traffic, muscled it up, and good. 14 for Jericho. 38-22 with 5:35 to go. Lead whittled down back to 16 again. As this time Smith will slow it up into the offensive end. Addie, give it over to Robbins. Into the corner left side to Howner. Howner around the perimeter to Robbins. Robbins into the high post, spin move, lost it, got it back, and she took a walk as well. And now Eastern getting a little bit out of sync on the offensive end against this Rams defense.
And I think Paoli's just that they're more aggressive on the defensive end. That's causing some problems for Eastern. Paoli was kind of sitting back, not really putting pressure on the basketball in the first half. This half, they've come out a lot more aggressive.
Rams quickly over the top against the press. Peyton will back it into the offensive end to Hannon. Back to Peyton into the corner left side. Hopper fakes, dribbles on the baseline, steps through another double team, and as she goes up, contact, and that'll put Jericho at the free throw line.
Well, Paoli's starting to make some inroads. Let's see if it can continue. That foul is going to go on 12, Cindy Burton. That's going to be her third personal foul. Team foul number 3 of the half against Eastern.
Jericho Hopper back up at the line tonight. Had a lot of attempts, and this one goes up and good again. Gets her 16
She got
on the
15.
15.
had to set the pen down, and it was going all over the place.
Jericho, though, making those points at the free throw line like a good scorer does, and gets the next one to fall as well, and timeout going to be taken by Eastern. 5:08 to go, third quarter of play, 38-24, Eastern on top. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Your high-end electronics and gadgets are only as good as your internet service provider. Stop the frustration of slow and unreliable internet service with a call to Orange County Fiber. Call Orange County Fiber and check out their brand new fiber packages that include lightning-fast upload and download speeds for households that stream, game, and surf the internet. Call Orange County Fiber and see the difference fiber can make in your daily life or your business operation. Phone OC Fiber at 812-865-2229. Orange County Fiber, bringing high-speed internet to your community.
Well, Lady Rams of Paoli, the lead or the deficit they face right now at 14. It was 16 at the half, so they've cut 2 off of it and have possession of the basketball. 5:08 to go in the third quarter, and it's 38-24 Eastern right now.
Eastern will have the basketball length of the court to go because the Rams made those 2 free throws
Yes, they
right
did.
there when
And then the timeout.
took the TO. Smith will bring it up with the basketball. Addy to the right of the key. Rams tack it in with that 3-2 zone. We'll bring it left side to Trainer, who checked in. Back out front to Avery to Addy on the right wing. Addy looking down low into the high post to Trainer. Bounce pass on the lane, and Burton able to get free on the lane, put it up and good off the glass. Nice high-low action. She's got 9, 40-24. Full court pressure stolen underneath. And Addie Smith comes up with an easy basket, stealing it right underneath the goal and just laid it up and in. He's got 10 over the top to Hannon, into the offensive end, lob it ahead to Walker. Walker on the baseline, step through the double team, ball knocked away and stolen by Burton. Eastern comes up again with the loose basketball. This time Smith will slow it up as Avery brings it up, give it off to Addie. Addie between the circles at the spike line. Takes it to the top of the key, work it to Robbins, out front to Trainer. Trainer over to Smith, and Hall gets a hand on it to deflect it out of bounds to the end of the Eastern bench.
Yeah, I think the benefit of having that 3-2 is you can kind of extend those wings up top. Makes that pass over to the sideline a little more difficult. Hull got the deflection there, and Eastern will inbound right in front of us.
Smith gives it in to Hauner, right back to Addie Smith. She'll work it right side to Robbins. Robbins on the wing, passes it into Smith through a lot of traffic. Ball deflected, loose on the floor, and fighting for it there is Avery Smith, and a jump ball will be called. Possession arrow will give it over to the Rams.
Yeah, that was a quick jump ball call. Didn't think that the Paoli girls had a hold of it, but the official, closer, said yes, they did. Alternating possession gives it over to Paoli.
Along the sideline, Lily Hall needs some help, and finally Avery Cruz comes back to help her. Avery across the timeline in a double-team pass, deflected. Hopper tracks it down, though, to keep possession. She goes cross-court. The ball going to be knocked away and stolen. Here's Eastern the other way. Driving in is Trainer, who lays it up, and good. Another steal and conversion, 2 for Trainer. It makes it 44-24, lead back up to 20. Over the top, into the middle. Hopper has it, dribbles all the way into the lane. Contact, put up a little 5-footer off the glass, and good. Jericho Hopper attacking.
She's got 18.
On the back end of that press, 44-26. Rams cannot trade baskets. They got to get some defensive stops here. Smith will bring it up. Addy across the timeline with the dribble, comes left side to Robbins. Down on the baseline to Burton, to Robbins, around the perimeter, work it to Addie Smith. Addie with the dribble to the high post, skip it over to Avery, her twin sister, reverses it back to Addie on the right side. Addie is pushed, no foul called. Give it off to Trainer to Addie. Now she launches 3 right at the key, up and good. Addie Smith with 13. 47-26 as we roll under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play. Hopper double teamed in the backcourt, steps through the double team, finally gets it up to Cruz. Cruz works right side all the way in, contact, and Avery will be called for the charge. As getting back that time was Avery Smith for Eastern.
That foul's going to be a little bit of trouble for Paoli because Avery Cruz has now picked up her 4th personal foul. That is team foul number 3. Terriana Burkhead is going to check in, and Cruz will go to the Paoli bench.
Avery will sit for a while with 2:46 to go, but Rams got to be aggressive on the offensive end. You cannot fault that foul. Eastern will walk it up with the dribble across the timeline. Addie Smith works, goes on the right side. Robbins against that zone defense. Avery looking down low, nowhere to go to Robbins. And let's see, timeout going to be taken by Eastern. 2:29 to go, third quarter. Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James scoreboard. Eastern on top, 47-26. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Invest where it matters most, in the people and the potential of Orange County. Over the last decade, through the power of giving, the Orange County Community Foundation has helped thousands achieve their dreams, distributing numerous dollars in scholarships and grants from endowed funds. And we're just getting started. Scholarship applications will open soon, giving Orange County students the chance to unlock new opportunities, realize their full potential, and leave their mark on the world. Plus, be on the lookout for details on our unrestricted grants program, empowering local nonprofits to continue their philanthropic work and address the most pressing needs in our community. In 2024 alone, this grant cycle poured over $85,000 into our community, supporting many programs. Looking to make a lasting difference? Start a fund with us today and create a legacy that grows year after year. Call us at 812-723-4150 because your generosity shapes tomorrow. Together, we're building a better community. One scholarship, one grant, one legacy at a time.
Robbins launches a jumper out of the right baseline, no good, but Eastern comes down with the loose ball, dump it down low into Bronner, who checked in quickly around the perimeter. Smith has it on the left side. This is Avery, cross court to Addie down the lane. Nice bounce pass to Bronner. Kick it out, faking three. Robbins couldn't get the shot off. Now Smith does. Long three by Addison, right side, no good. Ball on the floor. Terriana Burkhead comes down with it, loses it, and finally gets it back and able to get it off to her teammate Lily Hall. Ahead up to Kaylin Hanna down the left sideline to Peyton. Peyton in the arc, high post pass. It goes into Hopper. She bobbled it, and a quick tie-up, and the jump ball will be in favor of the Eastern Musketeers.
Good thought. Just a half second late, Eastern was able with Bronner to get in there and get after that loose basketball. They tied him up, and Eastern will get it back. Bronner, about the tallest one that Eastern can put out there. She's got some height to her.
Right at 6 foot. They put her along with Counter and Burton in there, and they have a long, tall lineup. Down low on the baseline, Bronner lost it, got it back, couldn't get the rebound as it goes off out of bounds. She thinks it's off her, but it actually went off the Rams and will stay down at the Eastern end.
Her teammates had to corral her and bring her back.
Emma, 6 foot and a sophomore. She's upset she missed that shot. Quickly down the lane is Avery Smith. Her shot no good. Ball tipped around. Burkhead comes out of there with it. And then when she tried to pass it, ball is deflected by Avery Smith out of bounds. Rams will retain possession.
That's one thing about these Eastern girls. They don't give up. Once the basketball's in the possession of the other team, they stay after it.
Addie Payton gets it right at the 10-second line. As she turns up, there's some contact, and a travel will be called. And that's turnover number 25 on the night for the Lady Rams.
Yeah, they had 32 against this same team last Tuesday, and on pace to match that. Just too many turnovers against this pressure.
Counter back into the ball game as Coach Drury got a nice little 7-8 rotation here that she can go with. Right side down low on the baseline. Hard down it is Counter. Couldn't hold on to that pass. Turn it right back over. They quickly hop her into the offensive end to slow it up. Eastern goes to their 1-2-2. They'll trap out of this. Hall picked up the dribble into the high post. Give it to Hopper. Hopper turns down the lane. Kick it back out to Peyton. Over to Hannon. Going to launch three. She got hit on the arm. They're going to say the ball was deflected, and it will be Paoli basketball.
We'll get a substitution for Eastern as 00 Bailey Trainer will check back into the ball game, and Addison Smith will go out.
Substitution for the Rams.
Yep, Jay Walker also going to check back in. Jay, she hadn't played as much as what she did in the first half and was really winded. Now she's ready to come back in.
On the baseline, Hannon will trigger it in for the Lady Rams, looking for cutters. Finally, try to go to Hopper, but a nice job on that defensive baseline by Trainer to kick it right back out of bounds.
All right, let's just try it all over again. They want to get it into Hopper in close, see if she can get some points on the board.
Right into Jericho and back to Kaylin. Kaylin used up the dribble, ball loose as Hopper jockeying for position down there along with Avery Smith on the baseline, and a whistle will stop play again.
Wasn't sure if he was going to call the foul or if he was going to call a touch while the player was out of bounds. It does go down as a foul against Avery Smith of Eastern. That's her first and team fourth of the quarter.
Hannon from the same spot to throw it in for the third time now. Needs some help. Finally into Hopper. Tipped away. Jericho got it back in a double team, and she's going to be tied up. Or will there be a foul?
Jump ball call. Yeah, the official out front had the call, and that'll give it over to Paoli, and they'll basically bring it in again from the exact same spot.
Ashton Johanningsmeyer checked in, a 5'9 freshman for the first time. So it'll be the first time in her varsity career she's playing in a sectional. But again, some more links put out on the floor by Eastern. Inbound to Hopper, right back to Hannon. Hopper turns in on the lane, trying to muscle her way in. She'll kick it back out to Jay Hall at the free throw line, but a foul going to be called on Eastern.
I think that might be on Emma Bronner. She was down there trying to keep Hopper away from the bucket. It is on Bronner. That's her first, and team foul number 5, so free throws this time for Jericho Hopper. She has 18 points on the night.
37 seconds remaining. Free throw, knocked it down for point number 19.
Yep. Let's knock down one more and match her number.
Rams do a little switching along the free throw line area. Hopper waits and has her second opportunity at the line. Shot up and bottom of the net again. So 20 on the night for Jericho. 47-28 with 35 seconds to go. Rams extend their pressure. And losing the ball out of bounds is Robbins right in front of their bench. Get over to Paoli one more time.
Yeah, we were out here before the game. The officials were having their meeting, and they were saying there's a dead spot here, dead spot there. Well, she hit the dead spot, then a live spot, and all of a sudden it popped up on her.
Gone.
Yeah, it went out of bounds.
Half-court trapping pressure. Hopper give it off to Hall in the right side. Fakes three to Hopper at the high post. Jericho turns in the lane. Now up and under, move right side, put it up off the glass. Too hard, no good. Jay Walker battling for the rebound. It's still loose, kicked it out. Hannon for a long two. Her shot would not go. And finally, Eastern comes down with the rebound. Pushing it up the right side, driving in is Howner right side. Shot wouldn't go. Foul called, and Kaylin Hannon has that expression of,
did you really see that? And Kaylin, she's going to pick up her third. That's going to be team foul number 4, but free throws, regardless, for Howner, who will be up there. Had a decent enough ball game so far. She's got 8 points.
5 seconds is all that remains in the quarter. Howner's free throw up and good.
Give her 9, and that's her first free throw attempt of the night.
Boosts the lead back up to 20 at 48-28. Howner for the second. And it's on the way, and it's bottom of the net as well. So Howner 2 for 2 on that trip for the 5'10 sophomore. 21-point lead. Again, full court pressure on. In the backcourt, Rams get it into Hannon. Got to turn up quickly. Kaylin bounce pass ahead to Walker. Going to turn. Can she get a shot off? That's knocked away and deflected out of bounds, and that'll be your third quarter of play. At the end of 3 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, it's Eastern on top, 49-28. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Satisfy your cravings with KFC's world-famous fried chicken. What began from a humble service station in Corbin, Kentucky now includes over 24,000 KFC outlets in more than 145 countries and territories around the world. It's real meals made the hard way. Now you can enjoy their world-famous fried chicken in a variety of ways, from buckets to meal deals, sides, and desserts. Stop by the KFC at 925 North Gospel Street in Paoli. It's finger-licking good.
Cool motorcycle. How'd you afford it?
I got a home equity line of credit from Hoosier Hills Credit Union.
That's cool. Why a motorcycle?
I had a sign at work.
And now if you turn to page 3 on your binders, you'll see.
Fund your adventures with a home equity line of credit from Hoosier Hills Credit Union. Remodel your home, go on an epic vacation, or get the boat, RV, jet ski, or motorcycle of your dreams. Apply at any Hoosier Hills Service Center. Subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions are subject to change. Equalizing lender, NMLS number 408-510.
49-28, Eastern on top as we head to the fourth and final quarter of play in this opening round game as we are in Crawford County for the 2A Sectional 46. Winner will advance on to the Friday night semifinal round to take on the winner of tonight's second game between Mitchell and Clarksville. Eastern will get it to start this quarter of play, the final 8 minutes. Addison Smith out there on the floor, joined by Katie Howner, who has the basketball to the right of the key. Give it up out to Bailey Robbins, pass it out to Bailey Trainer, and they'll work it around the perimeter, work it over to Addie Smith. And down on the baseline, Sydney Burton, the 5 out there for Eastern. Burton drives baseline, got around one defender, kicked it out, long 3 left of the key, up and good for Bailey Robbins. So Robbins answers the fourth quarter scoring with her first 3 of the night. 2-2-1 full court pressure, lob it over the top. Cruz has it down the left sideline. Going to go all the way to the rim. There's contact, and standing her ground underneath will be Burton, and the charging foul will be on Avery Cruz.
And that will be number 5 on Cruz. That'll foul her out with 7:22 to go in the ball game. And that will be team foul number 1 of the half, or of the quarter.
And the senior will go to the bench, and she'll be replaced by another senior. And Avery kind of lets the emotions cut loose, realizing just what had happened there for her high school career. It's a nice round of applause from the Ram fans behind the Paoli bench. Paoli going to extend their full court pressure, 2-2-1. Down the right sideline, Robbins gets in the middle as a trainer. There's Walker in the passing lane. Right back to Eastern. A long 3 out of the right corner by Burton. It is no good. Ball going to be tracked down on the left side by Howner, and going to reset it now for Eastern in the offensive end. Addie Smith will work it to the left side. Robbins has it out front, knocked away and stolen as Addie Payton for Paoli comes up with a steal. Gets it into the front court. Jericho Hopper drives down the lane, put it up off the glass, no good. And then as Jericho goes for the rebound, Sydney Burton had the inside position, and all she could do was climb on her back.
That foul on Hopper will be her 3rd personal, 2nd on the team here in the quarter. Addie Payton will come out of the ball game. Jada Smith will get a chance, first time on the floor tonight.
Freshman will see her first sectional action. Into the middle, Smith has it, comes left side. Burton into the offensive end, all the way to the basket, stops just below the free throw line. Shovel it out front to Robbins, and Eastern going to spread it out between the circles. Addie Smith has it, goes right side to Howner. Howner on the baseline to Burton, double team back out to Howner, and nearly caught the official, but he got out of the way, and the ball sails out of bounds.
Got to have quick reaction time if you're an official. We always talk about if you're on the first row, even more so if you're out there with them.
That's turnover number 13 against Eastern, 8 in this half. Hopper around her defender to the high post right side. Bounce pass to Hall out to Smith. Bobble it, got it back. Give it off to Hopper. Hopper fakes now, turns down the lane, stops, puts up a 13-footer. Oh, and it spins in and out, no good. And Smith the rebound for Eastern. This being Avery to Addie. And Addie will work it down the right sideline. The Rams drop back into their 3-2 zone defense. Working on the left wing. Robbins with the dribble, running the zone offense. Smith goes over to Smith. This is Addison to Avery, back on the left side to Avery. Avery reverses it between the circles to Robbins, into Addison to Avery, skipping over the top right side. And a long 3 going to be up and good by Howner. Katie Howner, the 5'10 sophomore with 13. Makes it 55-28 with 5:40 to go. Eastern calls off the press. Quickly Hopper into the offensive end will set it up. Eastern going to drop back into a 2-3 zone. Hopper directing traffic with those 20 points tonight. Comes right side to Hall. Open 3 from the wing is good by Lily Hall. 7 on the night for Lily. 55-31 with 5:15 to go. Off the timeline. Working it down is Smith to the left of the key to Robbins. Robbins all alone at the elbow. Pulls up for the jumper. Her shot no good. But down there fighting for the rebound is Burton along with Hannon for Paoli. It'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Rams to get the basketball.
Substitution for Paoli. Addie Payton will check back in. And Kaylin Hannon will go to the Paoli bench.
Rams get a substitution in here. Kaylin, as we mentioned, one of the many battling the illness this week. And had only been in school for a day or two since last week. 55-31 with 5 minutes to go in the ball game on the Sullivan Financial Consulting and Raymond James scoreboard. Eastern on top. Right side, Smith has it for Paoli. Jada with the dribble. Bounce pass between 2 players. Here's Hopper. Elevates. Free throw line jumper. It is no good. Rebound by Smith. Blocked out of there by Walker. Walker being pesky in the backcourt. Smith all alone. She's got 2 teammates who are down in the court all alone, and Howner with an easy 2, the easiest 2 she's had all night long. She's got 15, 57-31, 4:30 and counting. On the left side, Payton has it to Hopper. Hopper goes right side to Hall. Another 3 by Lily, and it's good again. And Hall hit 2 in a row from the right wing. She's in double figures with 10. 57-31. Rams press, but throw it over the top. Eastern gets it in the offensive end. Howner will slow it up and give it to Smith in the backcourt. Dribbling in between the circles is Addie Smith. Crosses over, gets to the free throw line, keeps the dribble alive. Now we'll back it out to the spike line. She gets by the defender, kick it out to Howner on the right side, give it up to Avery. Avery, as Rams go man-to-man. Left side, Robbins has it. Out front, working Addison Smith down the lane. Kick it off on the baseline. Little spin move by Burton, right side, off the glass. No good, but Smith with the rebound, put it up and in as Avery Smith with the offensive rebound. 2 more for her. She's got 15. Hopper quickly the other way on the baseline, and she's bumped, but the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Eastern basketball. Rams turn it over for the 26th time tonight.
Substitution for Paoli as Hannon will check back in, and Jay Walker will head to the Paoli bench.
Eastern will have Bailey Trainer back
Yep.
in, and also re-entering was Gracie Jackson, who's been saddled with fouls all night long tonight. She said a lot here in this second half. She's going to throw it over the top, but Hannon got a hand on it, but deflected right to the driving Eastern player. Howner put it up off the glass, no good, but she is fouled and will go to the free throw line.
That foul on Kaylin Hannon is going to be her 4th. Team foul number 3 here in the quarter, and that will send Howner to the free throw line. She's got 15 points so far tonight.
Well over her average of 6.7. 5'10", and a sophomore. Free throw is up, and it rattles in and out, no good.
Had been 2 out of 2 from the line until that attempt.
Keeps the score at 59-34 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard. 3:34 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Eastern's Howner's second free throw is up and good. Rams, as Eastern has pulled off that full-court pressure with 3:30 to go. Hopper brings it up into the offensive end to Hall. They quickly go out on her. She's hit 2 in a row from that spot. Into the high post. Here's Hopper. Spin move back. Kick it out to Peyton, to Hannon, to Hall. Hall into the corner to Smith. Jada Smith, high arcing 3 off the rim. No good. Rebound pulled down by Smith of Eastern on the weak side. Quickly, Addie brings it up. Bounce pass. Got driving all alone is Trainer on the left side, who lays it up and good. As Eastern scores in transition. 4 for Bailey Trainer, the 5'2 sophomore, 62-34 with 3 minutes to go in the game. Hopper between the circles with the basketball for Paoli. Works to get the 2-3 in the middle to Smith. Back out to Hall to Hopper. Hopper going to launch 3 right of the key, and it's good. 23 on the night for Jericho Hopper. Timeout taken with 2:47 to go in the game. It's Eastern on top, 62-37. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Sleep better knowing your home is protected. Imagine rainstorms rolling in, and you at peace knowing your home is protected by the best in the business. Join hundreds of Indiana homeowners who trust Summers Seamless Guttering. Your fully insured local experts in gutter installation, gutter cleaning, and gutter guard protection. Whether it's a new construction or time to replace your old leaky gutters, we have you covered. Our American-made seamless gutters are custom cut on-site, backed by multiple warranties for your peace of mind, installed by local experts who treat your home like their own. Love your home, protect it properly. Choose Summers Seamless Gutters today and enjoy peace of mind all year round. Contact us now because the best protection starts at the top. Don't let rain damage cost you thousands in repairs. For a free estimate on any gutter service, call 812-620-4762 today. That's 812-620-4762. Summers Seamless Guttering, protecting Hoosier homes one gutter at a time.
Eastern tried to beat the Rams press over the top, throws it out of bounds. Well, it went to their principal, Darren Ferris, who bobbled it, got it back, and now the Rams turn it right back over as Eastern has Howner come up with that loose ball. Working right side, Robbins has it, give it out to Burton. Into the corner, left side, Jackson goes cross court. Right side, Trainer fakes 3. Oh, a nice bounce pass on the entry down low. Laying it up is Emma Bronner, who just checked in for her 4th point. Bronner, another of those long, tall players at 6 foot and a sophomore. As the best years ahead, it looks like, for Eastern in their basketball program from Coach Taylor Drury with all these young players. Hall, another 3 right side. This one comes up short, no good. Jada Smith tried to get the rebound, but wrestled away in there that time by Jackson, and then the Rams tried to sneak up from behind and end up getting a foul call.
Yeah, a little bit of trouble there because Jericho Hopper has now picked up her 4th personal foul. That is a team foul, number 4 of the quarter as well. And the hopper, she's going to come out. Should get a good round of applause from the Paoli folks.
Jericho, over senior season, been the leader of this team, and like her fellow classmate Avery Cruz, feels the emotion now, realizing that the game is over and her high school career as well. But she'll have another level of basketball next season. Down on the baseline, a nice save out there by Bronner. Throws it back out to Jackson, who will give it off to Trainer with 1:40 to go. Rams drop back into their half-court man-to-man. Again, Sunday Asbell, 5'6" freshman, sees her first varsity action in sectional play. A nice little scoop shot down the lane with the left hand by Robbins, her 5th point. And it's 66-37. Again, this Eastern team can go 7 or 8 deep without a problem, and the Rams mishandle it again over on the left wing as the ball goes off the hands of both Asbell and Peyton out of bounds, and turnover number 28 for the Rams.
And Eastern substitutes. Allie Johanningsmeyer will see her first action, and Ashton Johanningsmeyer checks back in.
Couple of twin freshmen there.
And the official has a loose shoestring.
And we get it taken care of. Minute 20 is all that remains here in this ball game. 66-37 in favor of Eastern. Rams again stay in their half-court man-to-man. Work it to Ashton down low on the baseline. Give it up out front. Robbins running this group as she gets it into the free throw line. Kick it out along the baseline to Bronner. Back out to Robbins. Robbins waits for cutters on the baseline. Johanningsmeyer has it. She throws it away. And Addie Payton comes up with the steal under the basket. Addie will bring it out across the timeline with 1 minute to go. Asbell has it, and Jackson going to reach in and tie her up. And a jump ball arrow, though, gives it back over to the Musketeers.
A couple of more substitutions for Eastern coming in as Coach Taylor Drury is clearing the bench. Sahara Short will check in, as will Ivy Dixon.
Again, not a senior on this squad. So Eastern, a very young team, but yet they've got experience with these young players as well. 66-37, as it will be Short to bring it up across the timeline. Working on the right side to Dixon. Dixon passes it out front to Robbins. Robbins works with Asbell on that right wing. Bobbled it, got it back, threw it down low. Ball tipped away as Smith got a hand on it, and Peyton comes up with the steal for Paoli. Gata into the offensive end. Kick it out to Hannon on the left side. Hannon in between a couple of players, back out to Smith. Jada bump, keeps the dribble alive, now stops. High arcing shot left wing from 18. It is no good. And the rebound cleared off out of there underneath by Short. Short will give it up in the backcourt. Finally, work it over to Johanningsmeyer. This is Ashton with 14 seconds to go. Rams just going to play out the string here tonight in this opening game of the Class 2A Sectional 46. And it will be Eastern advancing on to the semifinal round. Your final tonight on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard, Eastern 66, Paoli 37. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Are you ready to see the world with clarity and style? Look no further than InFocus Eye Care on West Hospital Road in Paoli. At InFocus Eye Care, they offer comprehensive eye exams, a wide selection of fashionable eyewear, and the latest in contact lens technology. Their expert team is dedicated to providing personalized eye care for the entire family. Call 812-723-4752 and schedule your appointment. Now, open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. InFocus Eye Care, where your vision is their focus. Riley Oil is pleased to announce they are once again pumping gas for their valued customers after the 2023 tornado outbreak at their Paoli location. The Riley family invites you to stop in and fill up with quality Marathon gasoline and diesel. Stop in and check out the facility, grab a cold drink and a Hoosier Lottery ticket. Be sure to visit their other 2 locations in Orleans and Hardinsburg and grab a snack, drink, or something cooked fresh from their grab-and-go hot bar. Riley's Marathon offers after-hours pay at the pump for your convenience. Visit them off the east side of the Paoli Square in Orleans and Hardinsburg.
Paoli Lady Rams fall in the opening game of this Class 2A Sectional 46 at Crawford County High School. As we have one tie, no lead changes in this ball game as we begin the OC Eats post-game show. OC Eats delivering happiness right to your door. We'll see you soon. This game kind of mirrored what happened a week ago at Eastern. Rams kind of played close there at the end of the first quarter. They were within 3 with 1:01 to go, but then a basket at 10 seconds by Addie Smith made it 11-16, but the Rams were right where they needed to be. But again, a big second quarter for Eastern. And if you look back over this season, this has been their strong quarter, and they put together another one here as they were able to outscore Paoli in that quarter by a margin of 21-10, and it was all fueled by a 13-0 run to start the second quarter of play, when all of a sudden Eastern went from leading 11-6 to 24-6. As Paoli struggled to get points in that second quarter, at least to start, Rams did not score until the 3:31 mark on a bucket by Lily Hall. But Paoli was able to close down in that final few minutes of quarter number two, getting to the free throw line, as the Rams went on a 5-0 run to close out that second quarter to get the lead down to 32-16. And Paoli came out in that second half, but again, it was Eastern that jumped on them early. They went on a 6-1 run to start it. They got it out to 38-17. Rams got it back to 14 at one point, but that's as close as they would get the rest of this ball game, as Eastern had an answer any time that Paoli tried to put together a mini run. It was 49-28 at the end of three, and then just playing out the string there in that fourth and final quarter of play. And Eastern picks up the win, 66-37, and with that win, Eastern will advance on to the semifinal round of this sectional on Friday night in game number one. Eastern will await the winner of game number two tonight between Clarksville and Mitchell. Taking a look at rebounding, that also controlled by the Musketeers tonight. Eastern with 25 rebounds, 13 on the offensive glass. Paoli with 15 rebounds and 4 second-chance opportunities. They came into tonight's game saying that turnovers would be a big factor because they were a week ago when the Rams had 32 turnovers. Well, they cleaned it up just a little bit, not much. 29 turnovers here in this ball game tonight, while for Eastern they had 16, but 11 of those coming in the second half of play. But the lead built up by Eastern, and the Rams cannot overcome it, and they fall tonight 66-37. Rams will wrap up the year 8-15. Eastern improves now to 13-11. As we continue with the OC Eats postgame show, we'll take a look at team and individual stats. You're listening to Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Paoli Health and Living is a senior living community that's not like the others. It's rich in history, a community landmark, and a place to call home. Get the care you need and deserve with Paoli Health and Living rehabilitation programs. Be unstoppable and take the guesswork out of therapy with their unique and personalized programs. And for residents needing extra care, the long-term care program is equipped with an expert team of nurses and therapists, dietitians, and dedicated certified nursing assistants. Learn more about the services available to you at Paoli Health and Living. Call 812-723-2595.
Craving your favorite meal, but don't want to leave the house? OC Eats has got you covered. We deliver from the best restaurants in West Baden, French Lick, and Paoli every day from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Whether you're in the mood for burgers, pizza, Chinese, Japanese, ice cream, or something else, we've got you covered. Just visit getoceats.com. That's GETOCEATS.com, or call 812-653-7431, and we'll place the order for you. OC Eats, delivering happiness right to your door. We'll see you soon.
Name of the game when you get into postseason play, win and advance. And that's exactly what the Lady Musketeers of Eastern did here tonight for the second time in a week. Take care of the Paoli Rams as they end the Rams season 66-37. Rams had a few bright spots where they were stringing a couple of baskets together. But, boy, that pressure defense early on really got them out of sync.
Yeah, and that was the story of the ball game. I mean, basically the game plan was speed up Paoli, get them loose with the basketball, so to speak, and Eastern was very good at doing that. They're a taller team, longer arms, tough for the Paoli girls to see over or around or get the ball around, and that really was the story of the ball game, just how many times that Eastern was able to turn Paoli over. And not only that, but to get down to the offensive end quickly, and get points off of that press as well. Looking at some of the stats from tonight's ball game, the final, by the way, 66-37, won by Eastern over Paoli. Paoli, 28 shot attempts on the night, 9 of 28 overall. That's good for 32%. They were 3 out of 9 in that fourth quarter of play for 33%. Included in the 9 of 28 overall figure is 5 out of 12 three-point shooting for Paoli, so a good night from beyond the arc, just didn't get enough attempts. That 5 of 12, good for 42%. Paoli, the Lady Rams, they were actually 3 out of 5 from three-point range in that fourth quarter of play. And one other thing that Paoli did especially well tonight was make free throws. 14 out of 15 on the night for 93%. As far as the Lady Musketeers of Eastern, they shoot 51% overall, 25 out of 49. So they got, 19 more shot attempts than Paoli and made 16 more shot attempts than what the Lady Rams did. So 25 of 49 overall for 51%. They were 7 out of 10 in that fourth quarter of play for 70%. Included in the 25 of 49 overall figure is 5 out of 12 three-point shooting for Eastern as well, so they match what Paoli was able to do. That good for 42%. Eastern, in that fourth quarter, they were 2 out of 3 from three-point range, 67% there. Now, as far as the individual scoring is concerned, Jericho Hopper, as she did all year long, she led the way. 23 points for the senior in her final game. 4 in the first quarter, had 12 at halftime, much of that as a result of making free throws. She was 9 out of 9 from the free throw line in the first half of play. Then she followed that up, making 4 out of 4 free throws in the third quarter, also added a couple of buckets there, had 8 points in the third, and then added 1 3-point shot in the fourth quarter to total her 23 on the night. Also in double figures, Lily Hall. She finishes with a 10. She made 2 out of 3 3-point shots in the fourth quarter, had a couple of regular field goals in the first half as well. And Kaylin Hannon, she finished with 4 points. Those all came in the third quarter. Avery Cruz, along with Addie Payton, Jay Walker, Terriana Burkhead, Jada Smith, and Sunday Asbell all played but did not score. As far as the Eastern Pekin Lady Musketeers, let's see, they had 3 players in double figures and 1 that was just right there. 16 points leads the way. That's Katie Hauner, as she started off slow, but then toward the end of the first quarter started picking things up. Had 11 of her 16 in the second half of play. 15 points for Avery Smith. She did the majority of her damage in that second quarter of play. 9 of her 15 come in the second quarter. Then her twin sister, Addison Smith. She finished with 13 points. Majority of the damage, again, just like her twin, it was done in the second quarter when she had 6 of her 13. Cindy Burton was next on the list. She finished with 9 points. Then off of the bench, Eastern gets 13 total points, 4 from Bailey Traynor, 5 from Bailey Robbins, and 4 from Emma Bronner. As far as scores by the quarters, Paoli was down 11-6 after the first quarter of play. Second quarter, Eastern outscores Paoli by a margin of 21-10. That gets us to our halftime score of 32-16. In the third quarter of play, Eastern outscores Paoli by a margin of 17-12, and they led it 49-28 after 3 quarters of play. Then in the fourth quarter, Eastern again able to outscore Paoli as they stretch that margin out. Eastern outscores Paoli in the fourth quarter 17-9, and that gets us to our final of 66-37. Now we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll start to wrap things up for the girls' season. We'll get Coach Donovan Cruz out for a few comments and probably talk about each of these seniors that has now played their last for Paoli. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Hi, this is John Bender. Since 1931, Bender Lumber has been providing superior service along with quality, innovative building products at fair, competitive prices. In communities throughout southern Indiana, our locations are the primary supplier to residential builders, professional remodelers, as well as do-it-yourselfers who rely on our knowledgeable sales staff to do whatever it takes to proudly serve them and to get the job done. So here's to the first 90 years of local people serving local needs at Bender Lumber.
Cave Quarries Incorporated and Calcar Quarries, dealers of agricultural lime, crushed stone, sand, hot mix asphalt materials, and asphalt paving, invite you to visit one of their 2 locations. Cave Quarries, located 3 miles west of Paoli on State Road 56, and Calcar Quarries, located 2 miles east of Paoli on Highway 150. Phone 936-4923 for Cave Quarries Incorporated and 723-2109 for Calcar Quarries. Services you can count on. Quality guaranteed.
Season for the Lady Rams comes to a close tonight in sectional play as they fall to the hands for the second time of Eastern Lady Musketeers. Again, it was just a week ago over at Easton. The Rams wrapped up their regular season. They fell that night 50-32. Tonight it was 66-37, but almost a mirror of that first contest that the Rams and Musketeers played out last Tuesday night.
Yeah, it really was. And, you don't quite understand the pressure until you get to see it, so to speak. Eastern, they just did a really good job of funneling the ball to a certain location, and, then they would clamp down. Normally, you're looking at diagonal passes out of that, but when they clamped down, that double team was so tall and so long with the arms that the Paoli girls just could not get the ball to a teammate. And as a result, they had a lot of deflections, and Eastern seemed like every time there was a deflection, they were the ones coming up with the loose basketball. And that, more than anything, the story of the ball game. We knew coming in also that based on the game last week, that Paoli's going to have to rebound a little bit better. And I think they did okay on the boards. Last week was one of those deals where it seemed like every other offensive rebound, it was Eastern's to be had. And that not the case tonight, as Paoli was a little bit better on the board.
Rams knew they were going to see pressure again, and Eastern, to their credit, they were able to ratchet it up and create those turnovers early. And they came out early to set the tone in this game, make sure that they knew that for Paoli, hey, you're going to be in a tussle here tonight, and if you're going to beat us, you're really going to have to play well. But unfortunately, the Rams just couldn't take care of the basketball, and Eastern got what they wanted, and that was some easy baskets out of that transition and pressure defense.
Yeah, a lot of times, after you've beaten a team the way that Eastern beat Paoli last week, and with it being so close, you have a tendency to kind of look and see, okay, what's next on the schedule? What have we got ahead? And like you say, that was evident from the very beginning that Eastern was not going to be looking past Paoli. They came out especially aggressive. And I couldn't tell you how many times with that pressure, it's a 2-2-1, which normally, you set up the first 2 at the free throw line, second 2 somewhere around the midcourt stride. Well, all 4 of them were up there in the back court, and they would just kept forcing Paoli further and further down the court to be able to bring it in.
Eastern did what they needed to do, and they were able to take care of the Rams here tonight. Again, your final 66-37 on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard as we continue with the OC Eats post-game show. Head coach Donovan Cruz is going to be joining us here in just a few seconds as the Rams wrap up their season with an 8-15 season. And again, though, they had some very bright spots, a couple of games where they had winning streaks going, but here at the end tonight, fall in sectional play to Eastern, who advances 66-37. Coach Cruz, thank you for joining us. And unfortunately, this game kind of played out like it did a week ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're right. It was almost a carbon copy. First quarter wasn't too bad. They made a little run also in the second quarter. Third quarter clawed their way back. I think we had it to 14, kind of chipping away. And then they make another 7-8-0 run, and that's kind of what they do. They're just they got a lot of weapons, and they're hard to guard. And when they're clicking like they were tonight, they're a dangerous team.
Well, you told me the pregame, Coach, that length would bother you, and it did again tonight.
Yeah, they're long. They got a couple kids that are 5'10" out there. Even their guards, height-wise, aren't that tall, but they're just long and athletic, and they anticipate really well. And with our younger guards and kind of inexperienced, it caused a lot of trouble. And we got a little bit better as the game went on, but it's just so hard to simulate and practice, what we were wanting them to do. We practice it and practice it. And the first half, it's frustrating when the first half they go out, and it's like that's not what we practice, and timeout or halftime we get working on it again, and then you started seeing some of the diagonal stuff, and and that's what we seen it on film, and we talked about and worked on it, in practice, getting that diagonal and the throw over the top, and just didn't do that early, and it really dug us a hole.
And if you've never played basketball, Coach, this is a type of a game that just wears on you when you're facing that relentless pressure from end to end.
When they're just flying everywhere, and they're willing to give up a few easy ones here or there just so they can get the ball back. And, it just, once you get down to 8 or 10, you just kind of know in the back of your head, unless you got a high-powered offense, that it's going to be really tough. And the little things become bigger, the blockouts and the turnovers become more important and stuff like that. And they're just a really tough team to play.
As we've said many times, Coach, when you played some of these tough teams this year, your girls fought to the very end.
And that's what we talked to them about, here just a minute ago is, this team, honestly, from the very beginning was faced with adversity, just by, with our height. Right off the bat, our tallest kid's 5'8", and that's probably stretching it. Then we have 1 or 2 5'6" kids, and the rest of them are 5'4" and shorter. So right off the bat, we're behind the 8 ball. We lose a starting guard 4 games in the season with Maddie. We battled illness in the middle of the season, and we were still able to claw our way through that and got a win there at Salem out of it. And then, it hit us, last week whenever we were playing really well. But these kids, had their backs against the wall really from day one. I kind of reminded them, when we played our first summer game against Trinity Lutheran, I think it was 24-0 before we scored. And I kept looking at the coaches saying, are we going to score? I mean, can we score? So to do that, to win 8 games this year, had 2 different 3-game winning streaks, won 3 games in the conference, which nobody thought we would do. I mean, I'm sure most people probably had Mitchell, that we probably might be able to beat them, but nobody thought we'd beat West Washington, for sure not Crawford here on their own court. So that's what I told the girls. We got, your backs were against the wall from day one, because I couldn't stretch you and I couldn't make you stronger, but those girls, and I've told you many times, they grew more than any team I've ever been around at the high school level. They honestly got better every day. We controlled the controllables, what we could do. Our ball handling got better. Our shooting, remember the first 5 or 6 games, I mean, if we shot 20%, we thought we were doing good, and the next thing you know, we just kept working on it. Next thing you know, you start seeing some 48%, some 52%. Our free throws was pretty good all day long, or all year long. I think we were, 14 off 15, 15 out of 16, something like that tonight. I think we missed 1. They just grew so much. And, another thing about this team is I never felt like, as coaches, we never had to, kind of have a meeting with each other and say, hey, this team's kind of at each other. When things aren't going our way, we've lost 3 or 4 in a row, they're kind of bickering a little bit. We need to sit them down and kind of get them back together. Never had that with this team. They always look forward. They always wanted to get better. And, I think it's just credit of the kind of kids they are. They're just always starving for more information, wanting to get better. How can we get better? What do I need to do? Never pointed their finger to anybody, never looked at the height on the programs or anything like that. We had kids sick all week, and, every day that we were able to have practice, there was never an excuse. It was just, okay, it's you today, so this is what you need to do because you're in her spot. And, and that's, at the end of the day, that's what you want. I mean, it's not always about wins and losses. It's about having good kids and good teams and players. And, we always talk about how it's more than just basketball.
Right.
And there's going to be a lot of times in life that you're going to feel like the world's against you and it's just not fair. And you just can't hang your head and then let it go. You just got to jump back up and keep fighting, and that's what these guys did the entire year.
Well, I know it's a tough locker room here tonight with these seniors, so you want to kind of summarize this group with Avery, Jericho, Lily, and Jay.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of long faces in there, a lot of tears, but, Jay Walker, again, a kid that didn't play her freshman year. Then she was injured her sophomore and junior years. She decided to come back out this summer, which we were glad to have her, but at the end of the day, she was basically an 8th grader out there, throwing into varsity games, huge minutes, but never quit, never quit trying. Always wanted to get better, always had the right attitude, and really a good leader in a way that you can always bounce back, from an injury or taking time off. You can always bounce back and be a big part. Lily Hall, battled shin splints for, I think her sophomore and junior years. We kind of got those corrected this year. But it's a kid that, I've coached since 3rd, 4th grade. traveling around with these guys, Austin League, West Washington League, and everything. And just another good kid, fun to be around. She's one that I can really be hard on one trip and then joke around with her the next trip, and she'd be just fine, And that's kind of how you got to be. Sometimes you just got to let it go in one ear and out the other.
Right.
Jericho, one of the absolute best kids I've ever been around. One of the hardest workers I've ever seen. The kid just is relentless, and I've had a lot of coaches this year talk about her, and they say and that's the word they use, she's just relentless, and she just never stops. I mean, she's always trying. I mean, we were down 26, 27 here, and she's still diving on the floor and coaching her teammates up, and that's what I really love about Jericho, just the leader that she is. She's kind of the mother hen.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to put it.
Yes, every game day she comes in, Coach, I need your marker, and she goes in and she writes down the checklist for what every kid needs to get, so they don't forget anything, and just always, she's my coach on the floor. I call defense. She's usually the first one that hears me. She gets them in the right spots. Tonight we had to use her a little bit everywhere. Right. We had to take it out of bounds sometimes. You had to be the point guard sometimes. You had to go in the post. Okay, hit a three, a little bit of everything. So she's just one of those kids that is just a great kid and has got a lot ahead of her. And then Avery, of course, my daughter, that's a hard one. I always joke around with you guys sometimes. My 5'4" post girl, that'll beat and bang with the best of them. Her and I are a lot alike, and we butt heads a lot. But I just told her, we'll cherish this for a long time, that we got to be together, got to coach her for so many years. Basketball wasn't her first love, but she kind of got drug into it because I'm a basketball coach. But she liked it. But I think she's she will look back and remember the good times that we had too. And you've seen when she fell out. Even though it's not her first love, she was immediately in tears. She wasn't even off the court. So, but that's just kind of the kids that we got. And we're going to miss them. It's a great group of kids. Big bright futures ahead of them, and hopefully, the younger kids will learn a lot from them because they were great leaders, and they also just kind of learned and kind of see how bad it hurts when you lose as a senior.
That it does. Yeah, that's sad to say. That's part of the deal when, there's only going to be 4 teams that are going to be happy whenever it's all said and done.
Yep, you're exactly right. There's only 4 teams that can be happy, and the rest are going to leave a gym at some point in tears and down on themselves and not reach a goal that they may have wanted. But like you said, that's kind of what we sign up for. Right. We don't really want to, but that's just part of the deal.
Donovan, thanks for joining us not only tonight, but throughout the entire season. As you mentioned, it really has been fun watching this team grow and get better as the season went along.
Yeah, and I'm glad you guys feel the same way because, they don't realize it now, but, we talked about it, and it really was. It was just a really fun team to coach just because, even early on with our schedule, the first 6 games were just an absolute brutal gauntlet, but we pretty well in every game until maybe the last 2 or 3 minutes, and they believed in themselves. They believed in me and everything that we were trying to teach them. They took it, and that's what's really fun, really makes it fun, and that we'll miss with this group.
Coach, again, thanks for joining us. Have a great off season. It'll be back basketball time before we
we'll get after it real quick. But I appreciate you guys and everything you guys do for us.
Well, thanks for allowing us to be just a little part of this team. It was fun.
Yes, we're glad to have you. You're the best in the business. I'll stand to that.
All right, thanks, Donovan. Head coach Donovan Cruz of the Paoli Lady Rams. Again, they fall here tonight in the opening of the sectional play as a 66-37 was your final. We'll be back to wrap up the OC Eats post-game show. You're listening to Lady Rams basketball on Mix 95.3.
Your high-end electronics and gadgets are only as good as your internet service provider. Stop the frustration of slow and unreliable internet service with a call to Orange County Fiber. Call Orange County Fiber and check out their brand new fiber packages that include lightning-fast upload and download speeds for households that stream, game, and surf the internet. Call Orange County Fiber and see the difference fiber can make in your daily life or your business operation. Phone OC Fiber at 812-865-2229. Orange County Fiber, bringing high-speed internet to your community.
Lady Rams season ends up 8-15 on the year, and as we talked with Coach Cruz, those early tough games, and then they got a little winning streak, then had a little bit of a downslide, but bounced back, and we're hoping that maybe they could bounce back here in this first week of February, but we didn't talk about it, but it was a factor, the fact that the illness did hit, and the Rams were not at 100%. And really, when you look at this team, throughout the year, their margin of error was very slim, and for them to be successful, they really had to be on top of their game for 4 quarters.
Yeah, and, we knew going in, you kind of set a point total that you need to get to have a chance, and for these girls, the total was 40. That was about what you were going to get out of them, and they had to be especially sharp on the defensive end. They had to be sharp on the offensive end, had to take care of the basketball. And little by little, as the season went on, you could see that Donovan was getting a little more out of this player, a little more out of that player. And down toward the end, they were starting to come around, and it just kind of caught up with them in the end. The biggest issues for this team was going to be their height, because they just didn't have any, and the depth, because they just didn't have any, especially when Maddie got hurt early in the season. And, the girls played hard, no doubt about that.
Well, the Rams, again, will have some young players coming back. Addie Payton along with Kaylin Hannon will see some action, as well as Jada Smith and Tariana Burkhead, Sunday Asbell. And then the Rams have a really nice 8th grade team. Some of those young girls are going to be forced into action and learning under fire come next fall.
Yeah, they'll learn it in a hurry. They'll have to. And, Paoli may take some lumps early on with a young, inexperienced lineup. But over time, it'll pay off.
Senior Jericho Hopper in her career with 23 points tonight, but not enough as the Rams fall to Eastern 66-37. That'll wrap up our coverage of Lady Rams basketball this season, but we still got a lot of basketball coming up, maybe this week even more than we anticipate, depending on how things go with the Lady Bulldogs as the season, the sectional week wears on. But, of course, for Bert and I, our next game will be boys basketball, as we will be having the Paoli Rams at home Thursday night at Chambers Gymnasium, as the Rams will look to bounce back after their loss to Forest Park on Saturday night. But, again, you and I have got to know some of these girls, and they've been a fun group to be around.
Really have been. Avery's my buddy from the Pete Dye course. She and Jay, they've come up and talked before every ball game. Jericho's done the same. It's going to be tough. I'm going to miss them.
Yeah, we follow these girls throughout their career, and it comes to this point when they get to be seniors that eventually this day will come, and you hope that it's going to be later than sooner.
Yeah.
But tonight, though, it did come to a close. So Avery Cruz, Jericho Hopper, along with Lily Hall and Jay Walker, played their final games in the purple and gold tonight. And as Coach Donovan Cruz said, even as much as he enjoyed their play, and we saw on the court, as good as they were, they're better student athletes.
Oh, yeah.
And they will be very successful after they graduate in the spring here from Paoli High School, and we look forward to seeing them be a more vital part as they grow into their adult life of being in the Paoli community. Well, as we wrap things up here tonight, I want to thank our tournament director, Christopher Broughton, and everybody here at Crawford County High School for all their fine hospitality tonight. Again, a thanks to our sponsors for allowing us to bring you not only tonight girls high school basketball, but throughout the entire season. And a big thank you as well to our engineer and producer back at the studio. A great job, as always, by Melissa Wall. And for Bert Pedigo, I'm Dave Dedrick. Thanks to you for listening. We appreciate your tuning in not only tonight, but throughout the entire season. As, again, we wrap up the OC Eats post-game show. OC Eats, delivering happiness right to your door. We'll see you soon. Again, your final tonight on the Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James scoreboard in opening round sectional play. Eastern advances over Paoli, 66-37. Good night, everybody.
High school sports on Mix 95.3 WUME is brought to you all season long by Bender Lumber, Cave and Cal-Car Quarries, Dillman Scott Funeral Home, Hoosier Hardware, Hoosier Hills Credit Union, In Focus Eye Care, KFC of Paoli, Orange County REMC, Orange County Fiber, Orange County CASA, Orange County Community Foundation, Paoli Health and Living Community, Riley Oil Company, Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, Summer